Show. XM202.
That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviant.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. I can't believe it. It's pedophile humor.
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
God damn it, are you fucking with me?
Okay, terrific.
I'm Big Dick Black.
It's impossible. I'm trying to tell you that. What do you want? You want the tears to come out of my eyes?
I don't care. I don't care.
Well, let me tell you something, my crunk Mick friend.
And a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous.
It's over, Johnny.
God damn it, are you fucking with me?
Get on your hands and knees like a dog. That's it. Crawl around like a dog.
Hey, welcome.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Oops. Sorry about that. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. I didn't know you had one more in you, Anthony.
Slipped one in on you.
It's the 018 virus spreading across America.
More dag.
If you like what you hear, and you spread the virus to your friends. That's all we're asking for.
Or if you don't like it.
Yeah,
I think a lot more people spread it when they don't like it.
That's
You won't believe what I heard yesterday.
that is the truth. You know that?
Ugh.
That is the absolute truth.
These guys are such a... I never heard anything like it. They talk about it.
And then somebody goes, really? I'm going to have to check that out.
And then they check it out behind your back and go, whoa, hey, this is exactly what I've been looking for in my radio program.
Looking for a dopey show like this.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. That's what happens. Because people are so... Just what's the word I'm looking for? It's all about
annoying.
Them. It's all about them. So if they don't like something, they just convince everyone around them and their friends and family are not going to like it as well.
I just know I'm more apt to tell people about stuff that annoys me or stuff I saw that is so unbelievably bad than you are a good movie or a good TV show or something like that, you know? When I watch something horrific, it's just like, oh, I saw this show, oh, it was horrible, and it's human nature, I guess.
And that makes me want to watch, definitely.
Yeah, and then you want to watch it.
I'm deeply disturbed. Just before the show, I was looking at up at the TV, and wow, did I have too much coffee today or what?
What happened? Are you speaking out already?
Oh my God!
You wouldn't believe what happened. Look at the TV.
I gotta slow the F down. Okay, slow down.
Oh,
deep breath. Here we go. Okay. And actually, it's on the front page of the New York Post as well. Why is the president holding another man's hand? Somebody explain this to me.
Well, they're in love. It came out in the news that...
I know gas prices are, very, very high, but, man, the president is going through extraordinary measures to try to get the gas prices down.
He's in love with the Saudi crown prince.
Of course, we all know that.
Abdullah.
Because everything that Michael Moore says has got to be the truth.
Uh-huh. This is just it's all the papers, most of them anyway, threw it on the cover. Of course, the New York Post here in New York just has, it's a huge front page photo of President Bush walking with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and they're holding hands.
Yeah.
Now, this is a custom. George didn't reach over and grab the Saudi prince's hand.
No, because you could tell he's holding it very awkwardly.
It is so awkward, and you just know that the cameras were...
Oh, this guy.
They were just going crazy because he's holding another man's hand.
Our president hates gays, hates gay marriages.
Oh, it's anti-God.
He's the type of guy that just never touches another man.
No.
Ever.
And except maybe for a pat on the back.
Oh, yeah, he's all about maybe the pat.
The pat on the back.
He's not.
Hey, good job there, Bubba.
He barely does fists.
You're right.
He barely touches fists with another man. And I guess the prince there, grabbed his hand.
He likes holding man's hands as he takes little strolls. Because that's what they were doing. They were strolling around the grounds.
Yeah.
And the prince, I guess, reaches over and grabs George Bush's hand because perhaps, is this a custom in Saudi Arabia that men walk hand in hand if they're chatting and taking a stroll? Because that must have just horrified the president. Like, oh, $50 a barrel. $50 fucking a barrel. I got to hold this guy's hand now. I would have pulled away, but I got to do something about this oil price.
He's got a look of love in his eyes, too.
Yeah, the Saudi prince?
No, the president.
Oh, the president.
Oh, yeah, look at the look that Bush has.
That is.
He's got a look of love.
He's loving that. He's loving that Saudi prince. Look a couple of pages in. You see where they give each other that little air kiss. There it is. Another picture. The Saudi prince inches away from Bush's face, and they're kind of... Are they puckered up a little bit?
Oh, God.
And it's like an open mouth kiss. Dude, their noses are pretty much touching, right?
I got to tell you, the Saudi prince is wanting a little more than the president.
George just looks like, oh, God.
You can't really tell, but it looks like the Saudi prince has his eyes closed.
Yeah, his eyes closed. His mouth is slightly open.
They are less than an inch away from, kissing.
There's a whole Arab man gay thing going on.
Yeah, we used to talk about that.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. They have, like, young boys that they travel around with. They marry women so they could have kids and stuff like that. But there's also these little liaisons they have with these young Arab boys. And I don't know, maybe it carries over into hand-holding with your man friends. And this open mouth kissing thing.
Bush is just in a horrible situation.
Just think the oil. Just think about the oil.
Yeah, right.
Just think about go to your happy place.
He's got to get it out of his mind that he's open mouth kissing this guy.
You got to think his mouth just smells like camel ass.
Oh, camel ball sack.
I don't think the Saudi prince is taking the time to floss his teeth.
No,
unless he has someone do that for him too.
And that hand that he's holding, is that the hand they wipe their ass with without toilet paper? You ever hear that one? That's why they don't shake hands over there?
They swear that's happening in Pakistan. We've talked to some of the soldiers that have come back from over there, and they say that, don't ever shake the right hand of a Middle Eastern.
Over there, because they're all
Especially
impoverished. It's just they're so impoverished over there that they don't go into the supermarket and buy Charmin triple quilted cushy toilet paper to wipe that ass with. They're just grabbing whatever's around if there is something around.
And that's why they hate us.
Yeah, that's why, because we have cushy... You could go to the supermarket. How many different brands of toilet paper do we need as a country? You could get your Scott tissue. It's a double-ply tissue, Opie.
Oh,
but
is
not
it?
necessarily that comfortable.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to make it perfectly clear. Stop throwing air into our toilet paper.
Yeah.
Some of these rolls you bring home and you're like, there's nothing to it.
I believe it was the Charmin is ridiculous. It is so puffed up that it's wound around the toilet paper roll maybe 5 times. And it's a full roll, but it's all air. So you take one off of it to wipe with, and half the roll's gone. It's done. But then you could get like Scott tissue, which isn't necessarily that comfy, but it'll last forever.
Dude, my ass still hasn't healed from growing up.
Oh no!
Growing up poor.
What did the Hughes house have over there?
Oh my God!
The economical Hughes house.
Oh my God! The roll that would last forever. That's the only way I can explain it.
Was it like they left in the schools?
Pretty much.
Like the school roll.
They weren't big. They were normal size, toilet paper rolls, but they lasted forever because they were just thin, no softness to it.
And the thing is, with the thin
wound
paper,
real tight.
With the thin paper, it can't be soft because it would soak through. So it's got to be almost like paper towel.
It was awful.
Thick to
absolutely awful.
And then it's wound, real tight around the roll. You get a lot of mileage out of it, though, I bet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it. Bush holding hands on the front page of a lot of papers today.
That crap-ridden Saudi hand.
Gas is way too expensive, so the president figured, what the hell? Gay sex.
Going back to the toilet paper thing for a second.
Sorry, go ahead.
Have you gone the route of the... this is a whole thing that's, I think, sweeping the country, Opie. Because I know a lot of people I've spoken with all of a sudden go, yeah, I use those too.
The baby wipes?
Opie, are you using the wipes?
I haven't done the baby wipes, no.
You've got to experience the wipe.
You know who told me about baby wipes? Club Soda Kenny. Wait, you're baby wiping?
Well, they're not necessarily baby wipes anymore. Now they sell them as, the Charmin sells them and stuff.
So they got the word baby out of it so you feel more comfortable to buy these things?
It's like an aloe type thing, but it's not. It doesn't have that baby wipe smell to it or anything. It's just a nice way to finish off a pleasant little sit-down in the toity.
Let's just put it this way, Anthony. Not only do I not have baby wipes.
No?
I didn't even have toilet paper this morning.
What? Oh, are you kidding me?
And I didn't realize that, So I had to go with the paper towels this morning.
Oh, wow.
And then shower off.
How many do you use?
Oh, it's just awful. And then you try to soften them up.
What do? You put them between your hands and rub?
Yeah, you got to crumple them up a little bit.
Oh. Try to get it in bunched up.
I was
in a happy little
bunch. I didn't realize I ran out of toilet paper. It was just one of those things. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And it's way too early to try to find some.
Last time you took a roll out, didn't you say, there's not another roll in here?
Well, that would be the logical thing to do.
It certainly would.
But instead I'm like, well, I'll just, I don't know, I guess I forgot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I tell you, those wipes will cure you of cranky ass. No cranky ass. You get rid of all the evidence. It's nice. You sit down, you read your Popular Mechanics or anything else that you might have as reading material. You get done, and then you take care, like you just use the toilet paper like you normally would, but then you throw in that extra little wipe with the wipe.
With the soothing aloe.
The soothing aloe. And you keep your underwear straight.
Sure. No butterscotch pudding for you.
That's right. No shoe shine rag coming off on my underwear.
Oh God,
this guy's saying he's used his sock in a pinch.
Well, remember,
never used clothes.
Remember Crazy Jim from Boston? He told this story.
Oh God.
I love that guy, man.
Yeah, he was insane.
Now he's, just to give you a little tip. We play that clip a lot. That's our old friend, Crazy Jim. He used to sell for the station we were at in Worcester / Boston there.
Worcester.
And now he's like a bigwig.
Yeah.
But he's out of his mind. And he would come on our show and tell some crazy, crazy stories. And I guess one time he was selling, and he had to go to the bathroom really bad, so... Yeah. I guess he went into, what was it, a McDonald's?
Yeah.
It was an okay...
It was a McDonald's.
It was an okay place. I think it was McDonald's.
Yeah, his stomach really hurt, too, he said.
Yeah, his stomach was hurting, and he just took a good one, and then realized there was no toilet paper, and he had to go to see a client. Mm-hmm. So he takes his pants off, pulls out his underwear, and uses his underwear.
Yeah.
His underpants.
Underpants.
And then now he's got... his underpants that are completely destroyed, and he has to get rid of them.
Yeah, you can't flush underwear. And I guess he could have left it in the garbage. I don't know why he didn't leave it in the garbage.
Maybe because the bathroom was filled with other people. You can't just walk out of the stall with, your underwear.
Oh, that's true.
All messed up.
Yeah, that's true.
So he sees that the ceiling is collapsed. You remember this story, right?
It's one of those hung ceilings.
Right.
Yeah, where you could pop the tile up.
So he popped one of the tiles up.
Yeah.
And he ditched his
threw his
underpants
disgusting used underwear up into the ceiling,
and then proceeded to go see the client.
They probably wondered walking in. They go, God, is it every time I walk in here, somebody just leave after a big dump?
Mm-hmm.
It stinks.
That's why this is one of my faves. Because that's the laugh of a psycho.
Crazy
An
person.
Absolute psycho.
He's a crazy person.
Well, why don't we go to the phones here, say hi to John in Maryland. John, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Your conversation a minute ago about the Saudi prince reminded me of the elevator conversation of a couple days ago about how you can make somebody really uncomfortable in an elevator by, saying, oh, honey, I'm sorry about last night.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the Saudi prince is trying to get out of Bush, just really embarrass them and make them uncomfortable.
You can tell that the president is very, very uncomfortable with this, but he'll do just about anything to get the gas prices down.
There you go. Hey, you guys are great. I just got you on XM. Awesome.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, John.
Have a great one.
All right. Let's go to Matt in Nevada. Matt, what's up?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
I think it's an inside joke with the whole Muslim community over there, and the prince is holding him with his shit hand, and everyone over there is laughing at us.
Yeah, that's the shit hand.
Well, a lot of people saying the left hand is the shit hand.
But I heard that's why they don't shake hands, because it's the shit hand.
All right.
If you go into any of the Iraqi shacks to buy some food and stuff, all the doors open with the right hand.
All the what?
Well, then the right hand wouldn't be the shit hand.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen the picture. I just was gathering what you had said.
Yeah, it's the right hand, so perhaps he's not holding the shit hand. But you know something? I think there's a little shit on the right hand, too.
It's close enough, because everyone claps.
Right. You clap, you kind of maybe rub your hands together.
Yeah, it might have been cold. It was cold down in Washington yesterday, so...
He rubbed his hands and go, ooh, it's cold. Hold my hand.
There you go.
How about some pure ale?
Paul in Texas, what's up?
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Morning.
It's the left hand because when they get caught stealing, that's what happens. They chop off the left hand, so you have to eat with the same hand you wipe with.
Oh, right. They chop off your hand.
And the other thing about that,
those
crazy Arabs over there, I'm in the oil field, been in here most of my life. Over there in Iraq and Iran, and in Saudi, the Arab guys that work on the rigs, they have one little guy out here that's called, we called him a rig bitch because we didn't know what the hell they called him. That's one little guy that goes around and services all the rig hands in the evenings when they get lonely.
A guy?
Yes, it's a boy.
Oh.
Kind of like back in the old Roman days, when the big guys that have a pretty wife and a girlfriend that always have the little boy on the side.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, there's that whole thing going on over there.
It is nasty.
Why wouldn't it be a little girl? Why does it have to be a little boy?
I don't know.
That's weird.
They prefer that
Always
for some
a boy.
reason.
All right. Thanks, bro.
I don't know what that's all about.
Going all over the country real fast here. Let's go to New Hampshire. Kevin, what's up?
Hey, Buzz. How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
All right. I've dealt a lot. I had Pakistani customers at a defense contractor for almost 2 years, and they touch all the time. They arm and hug like guys, like you would your girlfriend. Like if you had a new girlfriend, they do it all the time. In fact, they were walking down the street up here in New Hampshire, hand in hand, and they were getting catcalls and beeps and stuff like that. And they had no idea why. They had absolutely no idea. They in some ways they're just so backward. And the homosexuality thing is true because it's so much easier to come in contact with a man than it is a woman until you're married. You can't just go and talk to a woman, at a
Oh,
bar
right.
or
It's not
something
like they can
that.
just pick up some chick,
Yeah.
in her burqa.
Oh, so their whole society's set up to be fags.
They're like the sex thing. Like before marriage, their premarital sex, I guess, is with each other.
Yeah.
And then once they get married, they could abuse their wives and, whatever.
Yeah. Now they have the taste, and now they have to continue down that road after they're married.
Accepted.
I had read a book about Yasser Arafat. I actually read a book about the Israeli Secret Service. They were going to try and blackmail him because his crew was delivering little boys to him all the time. And they realized the Arabs don't care. So there's nothing they could blackmail him with.
Yeah, they would be like, so?
I care.
Yeah, that's why Richard Simmons always wanted to go over there, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, boy, you were doing so well.
Wow, man.
You were
I
doing
know,
so
I'm
well.
sorry.
And you
Hey,
pull
it's
a
early.
Richard... No, you're not getting off the hook that quickly. You pull a Richard Simmons reference out? A gay reference, and you use Richard Simmons?
I should leave it to the professionals to do the jokes. I'm
yes,
sorry.
you should, sir.
Got any Liberace jokes you want to give us before you leave?
No. Before my time.
All right, Kevin.
Hey, why was Rock Hudson buried face down?
Oh, man.
You stink.
All right.
Anyway, it's
he's
glad you
still
guys
there.
are back on the air. I've been listening to you since the Worcester days, and I'm really glad to hear you guys again.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Kevin.
I heard that
have a good one, guys.
the
Punch
Saudi
it out.
prince, Opie, as he was staying over at the White House, Secret Service rushed in because they heard George Bush going, jeep, 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 jeep. Perhaps the prince was whispering things in the night.
They got more pictures in the Daily News of the president pretty much tongue-kissing the Saudi prince.
Yeah, the Daily News didn't go as far as the Post with the cover picture and stuff, but they have the hand-holding.
Yeah.
No open-mouth kissing, though.
I just saw the video, too. The video's even more creepy.
It's creepy.
Because it's just really, really awkward.
Men guys in a dress. He's pretty much in a long dress. And he's holding hands with our president. How come we have to adhere to all of their stupid fucking rules over there whenever we go there?
Because they got the oil.
Oh, well, all right.
Because they got the oil, Anthony.
Totally diffused my whole thing. You're right.
They actually run this country.
It's the oil.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Our soldiers can't do anything over there. They can't enjoy themselves like soldiers have enjoyed themselves when they're not getting themselves killed in every other country we've fought in. You know? What's wrong with a nice nudie magazine and some beers? You know, that's a staple of war. And because we're over there, we got to respect all their stupid rules. The women reporters got to wrap their heads up and everything. And then they come here, and this son of a bitch is grabbing our president's hand, making him look like half a fag, walking around. Bush said, well, we don't do that here. Yeah.
Speaking of nudie magazines,
yes.
our article is on newsstands.
Oh, it's out now, our Hustler article.
Yes, when I was walking around Manhattan and all those little newsstands, and man, they're giving us great exposure too. We're right on the front page, the front cover of Hustler.
Cover?
It says Opie and Anthony fucking uncensored or something like that.
Curse words.
It's July 2005 issue of Hustler magazine. We got a nice article in there, so you can check that out. I believe it's out here in New York. I think it's out everywhere today. I think Tuesday's the day where they change up the magazine. So
you know what though? It's one of those magazines that I can't really have fun with. I enjoy Hustler, believe me. I love that we're in there, and I love the fact that we're gonna get some mileage out of it. But I kind of enjoy when we're in something like maybe Maxim.
Nice.
Because when we were flying around, I would grab a copy, and then you'd sit there, and when the stewardess come over and ask for a drink, you make sure it's open to your page with the big picture, and you kind of, look up at her and go, oh, yes, a Bloody Mary, please. And then she looks and goes, hey, is that you? And you're like, yeah, it's me. Now, with Hustler, you can't really, open that thing up in the
not really
in the airplane as people
no.
are loading in and the stewardess is asking you what to drink. Wow, is that your fat cock? No, but this is me.
You brought back a great memory really fast. We were on the front page of the Boston Herald when we got fired up there.
Yes, we were.
Do you remember? You know what I'm about to talk about?
Pizza place.
The pizza place.
Yep.
So we're on the front page for being the scourge of society. Telling the whole city of Boston that the mayor died in a fiery car accident for April Fools. Blah blah blah. Probably know the bit by now. If not, just Google our names. And so we make the front page. I mean, our faces are as big as they could get on the front page. And I think we were trying to go see a lawyer.
Were we doing that?
Yeah, we didn't have an agent or anything, so we were trying to see a lawyer because we were getting really nervous that we were going to get
grabbing
sued.
Straws.
They were threatening jail time. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Remember?
Yep.
So we're in like the suburbs of the Boston area, and we're hungry. So we go into a pizza parlor, pizza shop,
pizza parlor,
get a couple slices, and we're sitting there waiting to pay. And there's a counter, and there's a bunch of people reading the Boston Herald, and they all have the paper up in the air, and there's our faces. And then one person looked at the front page, got this really confused look on his face, and then looked over at us like, nah,
yeah.
He was like just in shock that, the guys that were on the front page were, standing right in front of him ordering pizza.
Yeah, if it was one of us, it would have been, you might not have noticed.
Right.
It was that whole thing when you look at the front page, see both pictures, and then look up, and there's our dopey faces live.
Yeah.
Hi, can we have a slice of pizza?
Yeah.
Where are these guys?
And then, of course, then there were the dirty looks right after that.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Because then they read the story, so they know what we did.
Yeah, it's like, I hate what you did.
No upside to it. There's not one person going to go, hey, good job, I enjoyed that. That are reading the paper.
All right,
let's scourge.
Let's go down to North Carolina. Magoo, what's up?
What's going on, boys?
Magoo. What's up, Magoo?
Well, pretty much, I just got back from Iraq. I'm a Marine stuck down here in North Carolina.
Hoorah!
Hoorah! And over there, like, they don't believe in, like, personal space so much. Like, you always they're all up on you and stuff. And, like, they taught us, like, if they come up and hug you and try and kiss you, don't freak out and shoot them. That's their culture.
Don't freak out and shoot them. God damn, I'd be just firing off rounds like crazy. Get away from me, you filthy animal.
And another thing is, like, when we took over this one house for the elections and stuff to do security, we're going through, looking at the area. You open this door, and it looks like it's a closet or something, but you look at the bottom, and all it is a hole in the ground, like a porcelain hole in the ground. That's what they use to shit in. They just squat, and they crap, and then they use their left hand to wipe their ass, and it's no joke. I mean, you'll see them wiping their ass. And
what do they do with their hand after they wipe with it? Do they wipe it off on something? I can't imagine.
Probably the wall.
Even these animals they can't walk around with a clump of shit on their hand.
Well, but they wash their hands. They wash their entire body every time they use the bathroom, because in their culture with praying to Allah or whatever during prayer time, they wash half their body. They take a poor man's shower. But
I'm sure they don't have the antiseptic soap or anything.
Oh no, it's still sick, the fact that you think it's just water. We looked at the paper, toilet paper. You got a couple of layers between it, but when it's right on there, I have to spend an hour washing my hand if I get crap on it.
Yeah, you ever miss or something?
Oh God,
no, that's the worst thing.
You start dry heaving,
and you can't get it off.
It's
like it takes forever.
You get the heebie-jeebies.
You could scrub it with the nail brush and everything else, and you think you have it, and then 5 minutes later, What the hell is that? Why is it still there? I scrubbed.
5 minutes, you could be at dinner hours later, and all of a sudden go, what the? Oh, no. Oh, no, it's under the nail.
Putting a French fry in your mouth. What?
You know what? Maybe this explains what happened over the weekend. I was at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
Had to go to the bathroom. I go into one of the stalls.
You just crap everywhere, don't you?
Well, it's Sunday morning.
Like everywhere you go is another crap story.
It was Sunday morning. I had a couple big cups of Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
And I go into this stall. I was in there a total of 2 seconds. Dude, there was shit on the walls, on the floor, on the side of the stall. I'm like, who just loses their mind in the stall?
Would they wipe it all over the place, or
you explain it to me? I don't know.
Was it somebody? Because I've heard stories, and it's kind of funny visual. But I would hate to have to go into the stall to be the guy that cleans it. The guys that have to go so bad and have such a bad stomach ache that they run in, pull their pants down, and as they're spinning to get on the bowl,
bending down.
All over the side of the stall. I've heard of this.
This is way too high up.
I have heard of this.
It's way too high up.
It just like a fire hose, like someone applying flame insulation to steel girders. It just all over the wall, and then
All right, well,
it's there. What are you going to do about it? You're not going to.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well,
hey,
great listening to you guys.
Magoo, I just want to ask you one more thing. So what did you do over there for the Army?
Marines.
No, I'm in the Marines.
Marines, I'm sorry. What were you doing?
Well, I was over there as more as a support as a mechanic, but we got tasked out to do everything from raids to checkpoints to security, everything. We worked.
Yeah, it seems they're so short-handed over there. It doesn't matter what you go over there to do, cook or anything else. Eventually, you're going to be out in the field, like knocking a door down.
Oh, yeah, I've done that. I've walked patrols through cities. I'm supposed to be a mechanic, and I'm out. And I'm
guy's supposed to be changing oil filters on Humvees, and he's there, hey, anyone here?
But but as the Marine Corps, we train to do that beforehand, to do all these
Every Marine is a trained killer.
Exactly.
That's right.
Everybody's a rifleman.
All right, well, the reason I ask, so you did obviously some cool stuff over there. Now you're back in the States. What are you doing now?
Well, my EAS, my getting out of the Marine Corps is in 2 months, but I'm getting ready to re-enlist to, stay in the fight, have some fun. You know what I mean?
What's your what are you going for? Like, not only to kill people, but I mean, what do you hope to take out of the Corps to use in your life?
Well, I have to say that the military, it gives you a lot of respect and a lot of it makes you grow up.
I mean, for a job, my friend, for a job. Are you training?
Well, actually, I'm signed up to be a cop or a fireman, just stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm more of a hands-on guy. I can't sit behind a desk and do paperwork.
No, Magoo, what I was getting at, because we've gone down this road a bunch of times in the past, a lot of you guys will call after being over there and doing some, I'm trying to be careful here, but there's some pretty cool stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's very serious over there, and we're losing a lot of guys, and it sucks. But we're also hearing from guys that are like, just blowing stuff up and running some crazy, crazy machinery, and then they get back into the States and they're driving around like North Carolina in a minivan.
Oh.
Because they have a wife and maybe a kid, and they're driving to soccer practice. Shit like that, and then all of a sudden coming home to just a regular existence.
It's a little weird, you hear the lightning, or you drive down the road and look at the guardrails on the highway thinking if there's a bomb there. But
oh, really?
Wow.
It's not too bad of a transition, but
and then
you get through it.
And then all of a sudden you're driving 5 miles over the speed limit, and you're getting pulled over, and you want to explain to the dude, like, do you understand what I was doing a month ago?
It could have been a bomb on the side of the...
My great welcome home was I was home for about 2 weeks, and I was partying at the Hard Rock for St. Patty's Day with you boys, and that was the greatest part.
Oh, right on. Cool, Magoo.
There you go.
All right, man, we'll let you be.
All right, you guys will tell Jimmy I said what's up, and keep it fucking real, guys.
All right, thanks, Magoo.
God has a hard-on for Marine because we kill everything we see.
That's right. One more call here. Robert from PA. What's up, Robert?
Hey, what's up? I just want to make a comment about the shit piping on the hands and a nasty hole in the floor. You ought to see some of our nation's truck stops. We've got the scourge of the earth shitting in these places.
Yeah, truck stops.
I mean, on the floor, on the bottom of the toilet seat, everything. It's nasty.
All right. Thank you, Robert.
Thanks.
I think we're going to regroup, Anthony.
All righty.
I see a lot of people outside the studio already.
Yes, I do. I see my pal.
Adam Ferrara coming in today to after the break. We're gonna break right now.
Adam keeps leaving me messages on my phone.
Yeah.
And he doesn't leave his phone number.
Oh, really?
Like, what the? Hey, give me a call there, pal.
Shouldn't you just have his number?
I should, but I don't. You got to leave me your number.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You call me up and you go, hey there, pal. Long time I haven't heard you in a while.
Yeah.
There. And then call me.
Yeah.
No phone number, no nothing.
My number hasn't changed.
I don't have it. My phone has changed.
Oh, okay.
I had a phone crash and all my numbers went out.
Oh, no.
How did I know?
No. I'm with Adam.
Yeah.
Why?
He's supposedly one of your best pals.
Supposedly.
I know. I had a problem with my phone.
I'll say supposedly because, I have the phone numbers of all my pals.
I had a problem with my phone. I don't have my phone numbers written down.
You should just know it.
Well, that's crazy.
Wait a minute.
Now
With
you're
all
talking
the
crazy.
computers you have and all the model airplanes and the flying bombs and shit that you make in the house.
My
you don't have
phone.
A
My phone. Something screwed up. I lost half of my phone numbers in my phone book. Steve C. was gone out of there. Look at him. He turns around all ready to respond. No, I'm just talking about your phone number. It disappeared. Ben's disappeared.
Did you lose Brother Joe's?
Yes. My brother's isn't in there, but I remember that because I know it has something to do with our old station.
Yeah, okay.
And that's all I'll say about that.
Oh, could it be 107.3? Jesus.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
How cryptic is that, you code breaker?
I know.
Do you have Foot's number?
Foot's I remember.
Good. They all have mine. You could have picked up the phone, called them, and got mine.
Yeah, but then I have to talk to them.
Yeah, I know.
I'm teasing, of course.
Anthony doesn't.
It would be easy.
You know what? Doesn't talk to people anymore.
I barely return phone calls ever.
But
so you have to make it as easy as possible.
It's not ever because you never really did.
You're right.
You never really did. It's not like
I've always been an awful friend.
You never really did. So I was never.
You really are an awful friend.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I'll put it in my phone immediately.
There you go, please.
So you won't. So you will never call it.
No, I'll call Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, sure you will.
No, I get those random calls every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm the same way, kind of.
Yeah,
you know,
see?
like, how was the last time? We just check in. It's not like we got to have tea every week.
No. We check in. What are you doing? How you doing? How are you being screwed over?
Yeah. I called. Is it okay to talk about Brother Joe and the...
Oh, yeah. His nosebleed?
We're talking about
that
yesterday.
Quickly. My brother got this profuse nosebleed that he ended up in the hospital with for a week during the vacation, the cruise that we took, that he was supposed to be on and had planned for a year. Right before it, he gets his nosebleed, and he had to have his nose packed for a week.
Yeah, but that, like I said, I didn't speak to Joe for a couple months. I called him up just to check in.
Yeah.
He's being dismissed from the hospital. I'm like, hey, pal, how you doing?
How you been?
I've been bleeding from the head for 3 days. I'll call you back. Okay. A couple days later, what's his story? It was nothing.
He's R. Bud Dwyer for a week. Blood pouring out of his head. Yeah, and that's all you need, though, right?
Yeah, you just check in with your pal.
We don't have discussions on the phone. I don't think we ever really did.
No, we'd make each other laugh, and then a lot of it is grunt.
And then, well, how you doing? Fucking agent.
Yeah.
I'm going for this show. And then I go, yeah. And then he's like, how you doing? We got, XM's calling, but Bob's talking to him. It's taking forever. And Adam's, yeah. And that's our conversation.
That's about it.
All right there, pal. I'll talk to you.
You be all right? You need anything? No, I'm fine. How
cool.
about you?
How's the family? Good. How's yours? Good. You grunt, groan, and hang up.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we take a quick break? Adam Ferrara's sitting in for Jim Norton today. Jim Norton is getting ready for his HBO taping, which is tonight. We're all going. Mm-hmm. It's a very exciting day for Jim Norton and the show.
Certainly is.
And the show as well.
Indeed.
Can't wait to see everybody tonight. And we have Sunset Thomas here.
Sunset Thomas. Haven't seen her in a while.
She's
wow.
never called.
No. Give her your number, Adam.
I will.
Perhaps she'll phone you.
Mm-hmm. I guess she's going to do the news topless.
Really?
Which will be very cool for us, and it will suck for you guys listening.
Yeah.
Hey, Sunset. How you doing?
Oh, God. I did a double penetration. My ass is killing me.
Really?
Yeah.
So what else is new? The new lube burns. Well, what are you going to do?
I understand.
And then, did you ever get this? They were like, well, like the girl, my girlfriend, like, so what'd you talk about? Nothing. He's all right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So what's Adam doing? Nothing.
Yeah, same stuff.
Yeah, he's being funny.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah, it's the same thing. What is Late Show Friday's gonna suck, but you do it. I mean, it's the same.
That's pretty much our conversation.
I think it just happens to all. My father's down to grunts. He's not even at this point.
Doesn't even throw any words.
Pop? Yeah, that's it.
How's Mom?
How's Mom? Because I'm not feeling too good. Yeah, I think I'm depressed. Yeah, welcome to Earth. Try living with your mother. She's a carrier.
Yeah, when you become like really close friends for many years, you just don't have those conversations on the phone.
It's the same checklist.
Those conversations you have with people that you're kind of friendly with, or you haven't talked to in a while, but
you just run out of shit to say.
Then you catch up and stuff.
Yeah.
What do I got to tell Adam about? Oh, I'm getting a new couch.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's always the checklist. First, as family's all right, Rose, good, Sal's good, sister, all right, good.
Yeah.
We all go through the family. Then how's work? And it's always that's the
grunts.
That's the grunting comes from. Did you do anything cool? Go, yeah, we had the Sunset Towns topless doing the news. Really? Okay, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
All right, pal.
See you
Talk
later.
to you.
That's it. No,
as a matter of
text
fact,
me.
take your number. I don't need it
Yeah,
now that I
give me
think
that.
about
Forget it. I'm taking you out of my book.
I really don't have to call.
You see the front page of the Post, Adam?
I just got up.
Isn't that sexy?
Well, we just talked about that for like 20
Look
minutes.
at what the president's got to do for oil.
Oh, my God.
Little hand-holding stroll in the park with the Saudi prince.
How are you, hummus cheeks? Listen.
How embarrassing.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Where's this, at his ranch?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then go in a couple pages.
Where's it page?
There's a nice
Look
little...
at this. The Saudi prince does out call.
And then there's that.
Look at that.
Right.
Hot picture.
Oh, my God.
They're kissing. They're holding hands.
Oh, my God.
So
He's got his
sexy.
hand in his pants. And he's
Yeah.
going, how many barrels? How many barrels per day? How many? I think I can do 12.
Yeah,
12 barrels.
$35 a barrel and no less. Oh. Poor guy.
Cut my balls for a surge. Cut them for a surge. Surge in production.
So rare that you feel bad for George W.
But I do now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what that beard smells like? He's got his nose just tucked right on top of that little Saudi prince beard. And you know it's just the sweat off a camel's ball
ass.
sack.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Hey, James wants to say hi from Illinois. James?
Hey, Adam.
Hey.
Hey, Adam. Hey, I just wanted to tell you how much I love your comedy. I mean, I love your style of comedy. I just wish, I got to admit, I haven't seen you in person yet. I just listened to you on the XM, but, whenever you come to the Midwest, I'll definitely see your show.
Thanks, James. Give me a call. We'll grunt together.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, in case something happens at the end of the show, thanks for coming in.
He's thanking him for coming in.
Oh, okay.
Doing your job, Opie.
There you have it. All right, why don't we take a break? Adam Ferrara in studio all morning long. That's great. When we get back, we got to do the Yoko Ono thing.
Oh, of course.
What happened with Yoko Ono?
Oh, we got some great audio of Yoko Ono.
Jay Moore turned us on to some great audio of Yoko Ono.
Ruining a fantastic moment in history.
As soon as we get back, we'll play it.
From O&A Pictures comes a true story of one man's pain.
It does hurt.
And a family torn apart.
And it makes you feel really funny right after it happens.
The War of the Kumias.
I had the yelling parents, too, growing up until they got divorced. And it was just, And then you'd see, like, the old man and take the plate full of spaghetti and throw it, and it would hit, like, the wall next to the phone. And you're sitting there horrified watching the spaghetti slowly go down the wall. Oh, the horrified kids.
Did Dad actually leave after the fights?
Yeah, a lot of times, sure. And then, you'd be able to go to sleep because the yelling would stop. First, Mom would have to wind down a little. Even after Dad left, she's still going.
Eat that shit like I need a fucking hole in the
I'm
head.
trying to sleep. He's gone.
Son of a bitch.
Shut up.
Come in here.
Shut up.
That way is that good?
Oh, God, he's been gone a half hour.
When would he come back?
Shut
The
up.
next day?
Yeah, like the next day. They'd be sitting down watching, like, Ronan Martin's laughing. Everything was fine. And then out of nowhere, you'd hear the rumbling. You'd be in bed, and you'd hear, like... and then you hear from the kids' room.
The fucking garbage network!
Can't you two just shut the fuck up for like one night? And then we were pretty young, so, we got, called into the room, and Mom sits down and goes, me and your father, I want you to know, and I want you to know it has nothing to do with you. We're divorced. Oh, okay. Could I go out and play now? How's this going to change my life? Does this mean I don't have to listen to... Oh, it does? Okay. So it's a good thing. Great. Well, thank you for staying together for so long and really, torturing us. You couldn't have pulled this one, 5 years ago?
That fucking asshole!
When maybe we couldn't remember as much and didn't have to listen to the yelling and screaming.
No way, is that...
Here's an idea, Pop. There you go. Right back into the Huntington boat ramp. Give that a whirl.
The War of the Kumias.
You gotta figure you're gonna just sit there disgusted having to listen to this crap.
XM 202.
Is someone getting the best of you? Is someone getting the best of you? Has someone taken your face? It's real. The pain you feel. You trust, you must, you laugh. Is someone getting the best of you?
James Woods supposed to have a huge
He
schlong.
did? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't even see James Woods. He was at some other table.
Well, how are you privy to such information?
It's one of those Hollywood rumor things. I never
yeah.
saw Uncle Milty's either, but legend has it his was gigantic. Did you see it?
No, never
See?
did.
How do you know?
You're absolutely right.
It's
I'll
Hollywood legend.
I'll take it.
That's right.
You guys are talking about Hollywood cock?
Yeah, well...
Actually, HC, we like to call it.
Talking a little bit about poker and James Woods, big poker player, and apparently he's supposed to have the biggest schlong in Hollywood now. He's like the record holder now that Uncle Milty died.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get that title, by the way? I mean, does someone just step up to you and have a size off?
Uncle Milty was pretty proud of it and just showed it to everybody.
Everybody.
And I guess James Woods, maybe women talk.
It gets around.
Or maybe he shows it. I don't know. It's not as
I think
legendary.
James Woods started the rumor.
Maybe. See?
Did you hear about my cock?
Yeah, but they're
huge.
But their egos are so big in Hollywood. You would think someone would go, "Hey, he thinks his is big.
Let's see it.
We're going to have a size off the next premiere."
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sure on a set you get bored. It does come up.
Yeah, true.
So right now, officially, James Woods has the biggest one in Hollywood?
In Hollywood.
As far as we know.
That's what's going on over there.
All right. Sunset Thomas is getting ready to
I
do
have the
new
biggest
top
one in
list.
like a small area of Suffolk County.
Yeah?
Not all of Hollywood.
Wow.
Yeah.
In like a zip code of Suffolk,
like
Suffolk
11743 to Yapank. I'm the guy.
You're the guy.
Yeah.
I'll never have a size off with this man to my right.
What? You know, let me tell you something. That whole thing.
I know that sounds really, really bad and gay, but
that whole thing that happened up in Boston was a perfect storm of circumstances to make my schlong appear a lot bigger, and I'm very happy with that. But
backlighting,
we were doing a gig up in Boston. We used to do these bar gigs where me and
Saugus.
Opie would appear, at
Red
these,
Square,
these bars and
it was
give
a mall
out things.
I gotta jump in real fast. It was a mall of bars.
Okay.
So there was the sports bar, there was the country bar, there was the
dance club,
the rock club. That's where we were, appearing.
The rock club.
And then they had two strip clubs. They had the strip clubs for white girls and the strip club for black girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in one complex.
Male dancers and then so we were doing the rock club appearance, and we do our thing. We leave. We're of course, a little tipsy.
Right.
Back
the
then,
parking
it was
lot,
all about drinking.
Yeah, yeah. And the parking lot is just filled. I mean, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of cars with people just drunk everywhere.
And the chicks, the white girl strip club, or it was male dancers that had just let out. So a bunch of horny girls are now in the parking lot. So we're walking by and we hear, "Show us your cock!" And me and Opie stop. We're like, "What?"
With a U, C-A-U.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was the horrendous Massachusetts accent.
We thought, it was like one of the worst parts of Massachusetts accent.
And these girls would rent these girls would rent RVs and stuff because it was the bachelorette parties.
Right.
Yeah. So and now they're
that was the limo.
Yeah, and now
RV.
I'm not even kidding. And then they're just hanging out in the parking lot because they're all wasted. They're just waiting to sober up enough to drive home to wherever they were from.
So we hear, "Show us your cock." And me and Opie are like, "Show us your car?
What?
Why does she want to see our car?" So it's like, "Show us your cock." They're like, oh, show us your cock. So, me and Opie stop. We look around and think, what can we get out of this? Maybe we'll see something, Maybe she's got to show something. She was a pig, but her friends were. There's
a couple that were all right,
passable.
Yeah,
so like maybe
actually they were all
messes.
Action. They really
they
were.
were all messes. Yeah,
they were.
But one was just a severe slob.
Well, she was the bride to be.
Yeah.
She was the one driving the RV.
Yeah.
She was the
large Marge.
The biggest mess was the one that was getting married.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, I'm in front of the RV with Anthony, and I hear Anthony go, what the hell?
I go, why not? I go, but I got to see something, too.
Okay.
I'm just going to show. There's no touching or anything. It's just I'll show you, you show me.
Right.
Something that happens in the shed when you're in kindergarten with a young girl around the corner. Happened with me.
There you go.
You're just show and tell.
Good, clean fun.
Good, clean fun. So we go around the side of this RV thing. And there's about 3-4 girls back there.
I don't know. They all kind of crowd around you.
They crowd around, yeah.
You went to the back. I'm hanging out in the front of the RV there.
Uh-huh.
And the girls follow Anthony to the back, and obviously he unzips. And I swear to you, Adam, all I hear from the front of the RV is, wow!
Wait a minute. From that side, did you see like white light come up over the RV?
It was like
angels were singing.
That's all I heard. Wow!
It was like when John Travolta opened the briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It was a little crowd of girls gathering around, and they were like, whoa.
See, now I'm curious. How did you make a presentation like a magician, like ta-da?
I'll tell you something.
I've never heard this part of the story.
It was the fact that it was kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few in me.
Right.
I was looking at the other girls who I was going to see naked.
Right.
And I kind of got a little worked up.
Sure, okay,
not
good.
to the point.
You're filling up slightly.
Not to the point where it looks like you're getting worked up.
Right.
It's that perfect moment where it looks flaccid, but you got something going on, and it really makes it look impressive.
There's like a slight arch, like you're just getting up out of bed. With
Before it starts
like the back
pointing.
of a dolphin without the fin.
Right. Before it starts pointing. Exactly. The back of the dolphin without the fin.
Yeah.
It's got that nice arch to it.
Sure.
That's a good visual. Great visual.
And that's what it looked like. So I think I unbuttoned, pulled the zipper down, and then grabbed with my thumbs the underwear and the rest of the pants and kind of pulled down like that.
So you also had like a little perch.
Yes.
Underneath the balls.
Yes, there you go.
Look at you.
There you go.
Look at
the
you.
Perch.
You had a perch.
I had a perch. And showed them, and they were very impressed with the presentation,
Sure.
the whole thing, and they let out a wow. They were very very impressed.
This is where it gets scary for me. So they had the attention span of gnats. So I go into an immediate panic.
Okay.
Because
Which
now
doesn't bode well for the presentation.
No, you can't.
Panic doesn't.
No, don't
work.
panic.
I go into panic mode because now I know they're coming to see what I got.
Right.
Because now they're done with him.
Right.
They wow, and now they're all heading toward me. And they're like, let's see what you got.
Right, and you're drunk, and the blood's running up.
Dude,
thinking.
I was hung like an acorn that day. There was nothing going on whatsoever.
And the more you think about it, that, oh, my God, I got to get... Nah, it just gets smaller and smaller.
There's some panic gives you the retreat.
Right.
Retreat.
Right. And so now they're just trashing me because I'm not getting, naked for them.
Oh, so you didn't even...
Oh, my God, no way. No,
all right, you know what? Let's rather take that hit.
Honestly, if I was by myself, maybe. Maybe. And what happens. But knowing that he got the wow and we worked together,
right?
He would never let me.
That's the Red Sox in '86 when they thought they were going to win, and then the ball goes through Buckner's legs.
Yeah, that's what it.
You folded your hand is what you did, which is good. No one saw the cards.
I folded.
Yeah. You didn't muck it,
knowing it would save me for years to come.
Fold the hand.
Years to come.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but you know what? You're just not accepting visitors that day.
Yeah, right.
That day.
That's all.
And then the bride, I don't know.
Oh, there was one girl in the van that like took her shirt off and like pulled her pants down or something, and she wasn't bad. But the bride then goes, "I'll show you," and now I don't even want to see.
No. Right.
But I can't. I don't know. I could have, I guess, but back then I don't know.
You want to be polite.
Yeah, I wanted to be polite.
Now you're a prick.
I was like,
but
okay,
then...
yeah. I'd have been like, don't bother. I'm going. I'm late. And she pulls her shirt up, and this bunt just comes spilling out like the Kittner boy.
And just drops.
Yeah.
The thing
drops
just
down,
drops.
thud. And then she pulled her pants down to show snatch. And you couldn't even see it because, first of all, her hair was spread from thigh to thigh. You couldn't even tell where it started.
From corner to corner.
Corner to corner. And the bunch was hanging over the top of it. It was such a mess. I think it was better that it was such a mess because it was really something to look at.
Looked like a bird's nest in a gutter.
Yeah, it's just an awful, like, hairy, bunty mess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, thank you. Leave. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting married.
Yeah, I'm getting good. Congratulations.
You signed my gut.
No, they had no clue who we were.
Oh, no?
This was pretty early in our tenure over there
okay.
at AAF.
They just want to see,
Yeah,
so it's just random.
Junk.
Yeah, it was a random thing. We, show us your cock.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, Renee.
No.
They actually hit pretty lucky with the throwing out the show us your cock out of nowhere.
Sure.
A parking lot full of chicks. Show us your cock. What are the odds that, it's going to be a couple of idiots that are willing,
All right. Well, Adam Ferrara is sitting in for Jim Norton today, and we got to play this Yoko thing.
Yeah, what do you got?
Oh, Yoko.
Well, we had Jay Moore in the other day, and he was talking about Yoko Ono, and he's like, if anyone has a doubt that Yoko Ono just effed up the Beatles and John Lennon, you got to go out and get Rock and Roll Circus. It's a thing the Rolling Stones did back in 1968. You know about it?
Very cool.
Clapton played with Lennon, and they did Year Blues. Yeah.
Had the Who in there with them.
Jethro Tull.
It was amazing.
Taj Mahal.
It was really
never
well
released
done
for a
too
while.
for back then. It was pretty well done. Sound was really good.
Yeah.
And it's just these legends of rock performing together. And you would think, how could that possibly be ruined?
It's a
Yoko Ono.
It's a cool little DVD. You see all these guys really, really young. The audience, they all had to wear like ponchos. I don't very strange ponchos with hats. And then they had like circus acts in between the musical acts. It was a cool little package. So Jay's like, you got to pick it up to hear Yoko Ono ruin one of the songs.
Yeah.
And it is really funny. They're doing an all-star jam basically. It's John Lennon, it's Eric Clapton on guitar, Keith Richards, right?
Yep.
And the dude from Jimi Hendrix band, I forget his name. And then some
drummer.
The drummer, was it from Jimmy? I guess. Yeah, I guess
that's all that's left because Keith Richards was playing bass.
You're right. And then a guy that looks like Dick Cavett playing like the violin, but it's not Dick Cavett.
No.
I don't know who that guy is.
Some old dude.
Yeah, he was technically old.
Yeah,
because he had the short hair.
Who was the old guy?
And so they're jamming, which was sounding pretty cool. They're getting into a nice rhythm and stuff. And Yoko Ono, first of all, when they were singing that one song you were talking about, she is wrapped up in black, like, cloth.
She put this black, tight-fitting tube over herself, so she looked like a worm.
Right.
Like covering her head and everything.
She looked like
okay, it's a good start.
Yeah.
She looked like Cousin It.
Cousin It. And she's, like, side stage, kind of moving around a little bit, doing like a performance piece.
Wow, you got these legends just
There's brilliance going on. There's brilliance going on.
Yeah.
Why do you need this idiot on the side of the stage?
The soy bomb guy.
Yes, soy bomb.
She's soy bomb in a bag.
1968's answer to soy bomb.
That's really good.
What a tool. She's just doing this thing like it's got to be about her.
Yeah.
There's brilliance going on stage, but me. So there she is, side stage doing this. And if only it ended there,
right?
It might have been acceptable.
Yeah, because she soloed?
Well, yeah. I mean, she was just she was doing her, quote, performance art or whatever she likes to call it during that amazing song. And then they decided to do another song, and they're just jamming. And all of a sudden, she walks awkwardly onto the stage, and she keeps looking at John Lennon like, when? And John all of a sudden, like, nods. And then she steps up to the mic and just starts screaming while you have Eric Clapton just playing his heart out. And
the
Keith
fiddle
Richards,
guy is
the
playing.
fiddle guy is just rocking.
And he's using the same
Lennon.
mic. So fiddle guy's playing into the mic, and out of nowhere, Yoko gets the nod from poor John Lennon, who must have been brainwashed. She must have used some kind of dink voodoo on the guy.
I blame it on the acid.
You think it was the acid?
It had to be.
And she walks up to the mic and just starts this, I don't even know what it is. And the fiddle guy turns around, looks, and starts laughing. And
Eric Clapton was laughing. They all were laughing.
And you could not look at Eric Clapton. He could not be more stoned. His eyes are ready to fall out of his head. They're red super balls. And he even realized, oh, my God, what the fuck is going on? There is no amount of drugs that made that acceptable. Just horrid.
You can't do anything to consider this music.
No.
It's not music.
It's geniuses playing music, making musical history, superstars of the era, together on one stage, making musical history, and having this shit drop in the middle of it.
It's a mustache on the Mona Lisa.
Yep, exactly. There you go, because it's all about Yoko.
So to get the full effect, we got to play the song from the beginning.
Please.
She steps in a minute and a half into this.
So live with it, enjoy it for a minute and a half. But
wait, now let me
you have to have the minute and a half.
Her and back up. There's no other girls, just her.
Just her.
Yeah, there's no like the three.
All of a sudden she just steps up to the mic.
Any vocal you hear is Yoko.
Okay.
It's not, believe me, it's not, let's say, a wounded mountain lion that wandered into the studio there, the warehouse that they were playing.
Not that?
No, it's not that. Keith didn't accidentally crush a basket full of kittens.
No.
And they screamed out in pain.
Wasn't the air brakes on the truck backing up to load up the equipment?
Not that either.
Not that?
Right. It's not a bearing throwing out on the generators.
No, that's not it.
You think it might be.
Right. Air conditioner just fritzing.
High-pitched
Freon screaming all over the place.
No.
Nothing?
Believe it or not, no.
All right.
It's all Yoko.
No one giving birth in the next room?
No. It could be.
Charlie from Jersey knows who the violinist is. We'll let him
I know the name.
Folks.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlie, go ahead.
Guy.
Yeah, how you doing, boys?
What's up, Charlie?
Hey, I just wanted to fill in the blanks there. The guy that looked like Dick Cavett that was playing violin, that's Jean-Luc Ponty.
Oh man,
Jean-Luc Ponty. Of course it is. I
Wasn't he a
recognize
pope?
the name. I couldn't tell you who that was. Isn't he the Pope? Pope Jean-Luc Ponty.
Yeah, exactly.
Fiddle Hope.
All right, Charlie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who's Jean-Luc Ponty?
He was like, I guess, a legend.
Instant feedback here. The thing she was wearing was part of her art. It's called bagism. Too bad it didn't say coroner on the side. Very funny. That's from Ant's Infected Tooth.
Oh, very good. So why don't we go to the song here, Anthony?
All right.
Just enjoy, the guys jamming.
You have to set it up with a minute and a half of music just to see the stark contrast of what it's like, these guys jamming, and what it's like when she kicks in.
All right, here it is. You could talk over it a little bit, too.
Basic blues riffs.
There's Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc Ponty. Jean-Luc Ponty the 12th. All enjoying themselves.
Having a little jam session.
THC is kicking in.
Yeah.
And usually these things go to the next level, you know what I mean? Maybe someone steps forward and really just starts giving you a nice guitar riff.
Or Lennon steps up to the mic and starts singing, a blues tune.
Yeah.
At this point, Yoko is kind of next to the mic. She's waiting for her cue from that zombie John Lennon.
Head's coming out of the bag right about now?
Oh, yeah, the head's out of the bag.
All right, here we go. Got about 20 seconds left.
Stop whining. Stop whining. Stop it. Stop whining. Stop it.
What the hell were you doing?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Okay, terrific.
God damn it! Are you fucking with me? We're cakes for nothing! Shut up! You shut up! You shut up! You shut up! You shut up!
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Oh my God.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Shut up, you damn asshole! Shut up, you damn asshole! Shut up, you damn asshole! Shut up, you damn asshole!
Listen to that mess.
When she first came in, I really thought it was a haunting. I swear. It was a soul trapped between planes.
Just ruining the moment.
Oh my God!
Oh,
how great
Wow.
is that?
Oh, that
nice buzz.
Wow.
Jesus.
Hollywood Nova from Whackbag saying, I didn't know Aunt's mom broke up the Beatles. Goofing on my mother's singing style. Reminds me of the song at the end of Mars Attacks that makes the aliens' heads blow up. Throw her a life jacket.
And
Sounds
she
like
kept
we're getting the
going.
dark side of
It
the
wasn't
moon.
even like Mel Torme scatting. It was just screaming.
It was just a mess of screaming that had no artistic merit.
The beauty of it, if it was just a local band,
Yeah.
But you're talking Clapton, Lennon, Keith Richards. They have to sit through that shit.
And not only that, it's like, hey, lady, this is being filmed for history. Years later, someone will want to hear this, and you're messing it up. This isn't just a garage, where she could go caterwauling in the middle of these guys playing, and it just goes up into the cosmos somewhere. This is being recorded for prosperity.
Yeah, this band doesn't come together every day.
That's probably the only time you got all those guys on one stage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
was it.
And Yoko, it's all about me.
Thanks for nothing. Oh, my God, the phones have exploded. George, what's up?
Hey, guys, morning. Hey, my dog just ran under the bed and my cat jumped out a 6-story window.
See, that's a perfect phone call. Got his line in, and he's out.
You know what Lennon's last words were after he was shot? Thank you. Bless you.
Dewey from Jersey. What's up, Dewey?
Yo, it sounds like someone's beating a bed full of chink cats, man. Just
That was awful.
nuts. Hey, do you know Yoko's the first Asian Jew? She made millions of dollars, didn't give Julian anything.
Terry Schiavo could sing better than that. A lot of instant feedbacks coming in.
Yeah. Well,
I've heard a lot of Yoko, and that's the best she's ever sounded. Seriously. Wow.
What is this? Oh, thank you.
Oh, you got something there?
Well, Nathaniel thinks it's very important to play this right now, so.
Uh-oh. Oh,
boy.
Oh, boy.
He ran in with that.
Oh, he did. I'm so eager. So eager. Is this the time to put him in his place?
Eager to
Bit of the
please.
show? Terry
Hold
Scheibe.
on a minute. All right.
All right. There's some retribution here.
Wait, he might be onto something here. Okay. Where are we? He might be onto something. Oh, I've been looking for you, Eric. You got to get the Linda McCartney thing, because a lot of people...
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, it's over there. Okay. Because a lot of people give, John Lennon shit for the whole Yoko mess.
Uh-huh.
But, man,
Yeah.
Paul McCartney wasn't doing much
There was
better.
a Linda thing.
The Linda thing is pretty awful as well.
Yeah, he invited Linda, to sing with Wings.
Band on the run.
Awful. Yeah, I'll play that in a second, but I want to just try this. Nathaniel might be onto something.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Help me with the cue, Anthony. Cue me. Here comes the contrast, by the way.
Very good. Wow, Nathaniel comes through. Very good.
All right, well, that's...
Did I say recorded for prosperity?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I'm getting ripped apart.
It made
Prosperity?
It made
Posterity, yeah.
it made sense to me.
I don't know what I said.
Let's go to Brian
Sorry,
in Tampa.
kids.
Brian, what's up?
Hey, man, I just have a quick question, man. I want to know what the bunt is. Like when the whore was in the parking lot, pulled down her pants and her bunt popped out.
You've never heard the term bunt?
Yeah, is it similar to a fupa? You know what a fupa is?
Yeah.
Yes. Same thing?
Yeah, it's not a belly and it's not it's a bunt.
All right, man.
You got it?
Yeah, cool.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right, bye. Let me go to Hector in Brooklyn. Hector.
Hey, good morning, guys. What's
Morning.
up? Honestly, man, they should have started playing Slap That 30 Jap right afterwards. Punching out. Later.
All right.
That is somebody who's it's just all about her. Doesn't matter what greatness is standing on that stage.
She has no concept that she has nothing to contribute.
Like any of the people that are sitting there rocking out watching this, the audience that was there, it was a full audience in this, like a big top atmosphere. Like any of them wanted to see Yoko do that. Like they weren't there going, holy shit, I'm sitting in a room here with the Stones and the Who and Clapton, and this is amazing, and oh my God, and Yoko Ono? Stop it. Unbelievable.
Well, we got the tape of Linda McCartney wrecking a Wings song.
Another girl.
Oh, no, actually, they're doing Hey Jude. That's right.
Oh, another girl that hypnotized a Beatle.
Basically, yeah, we should set this up. They were playing the song Night In, and...
Where were they playing?
They were playing the song every night on tour.
Right.
And I guess the stagehands were like, oh, my God, she can't sing. So they isolated her mic and started passing it amongst themselves. And then it finally got out. So all you hear is her doing the background vocals to Hey Jude. And I've heard that, they actually turned her way, way down in the mix. Cause she
in the mix, it was, nothing.
You couldn't even tell if you're out in the audience. But the sound engineers are like, oh, my God, we need a copy of this. This is horrendous. So this is Linda McCartney isolated singing backup on Hey Jude. Hey, dude.
Wow. You know who she sounded like? Remember that movie? They won't let us have babies, Roger.
Na 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 na.
La la la
Na.
I want ice cream.
I think the beeps were just where they were cutting to the other segment of her singing.
Oh,
which was
okay.
the whole part where
You
she
don't
doesn't-
think it was the sound
she
guy
doesn't
going,
sing.
holy shit?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I really thought that. Rich in New York. What's up, Rich?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I was just curious to find out if Chester sounded anything like Oko after the shot to the liver.
Oh. Are you trying to say that's audio of Chester post-kick?
Wow.
That's the rumor.
All right. Also, have an instant feedback here from Dublin. Do you think that was the sound that little Asian girl Kim Fuck made when she was burnt by the napalm in Vietnam? That famous picture of the little Asian girl running down the street burned with the napalm? Very good.
Chris in Maryland, what's up?
Hey, fellas, what's happening?
Hey.
Hey, that audio started playing, and my dog kicked himself in the liver.
All right.
Yeah, they'll do that, right, Ope?
Yeah, well.
What's it now?
There he goes, Chris. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to finally get Sunset Thomas in here to do the news topless.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Is she all set and ready to go there?
She's got everything. She's ready to go.
Prepped? Prepped and ready. Prepped and ready to go. Another person doing the news for us, Anthony.
Nice.
I think we're going to go old school going into break here. We have Adam Ferrara in studio, filling in for Jim Norton. Jim Norton's taping his HBO special tonight. We're all going to be there.
Hey, dudes.
Supporting little Jimmy. It's going to be a great, great time tonight. Mm-hmm. So Jimmy's sleeping in and all that.
Sleepy Jimmy.
Adam, you want to promote anything?
Rest. What do I got coming up? I don't know. I got to go check my website, see where I am.
He's got to go check his website. Maybe you could give out your website.
AdamFerrara.com. Very good.
Oh, there you go.
Very good.
Makes it very easy.
Look at that.
Now I'm going to play something that you boys did on our old show.
Oh, yeah? What do we do?
The Mike Brady thing.
Ah,
wow.
yes.
I love this thing. Adam Ferrara was sitting in a few years back.
Having a little fun talking about the Brady Bunch.
Talking about the Brady Bunch and the possibility that Mike Brady was gay during the actual,
Well, sure.
Some of the
During the perm years.
This is more him being perverted than totally gay, but he turns more gay toward the end of it.
Perverted and gay.
Right.
These were like maybe some of the Brady Bunch episodes you would have liked to seen.
Some you might have missed, maybe, yeah.
The lost
episodes.
Ben?
Lost episodes.
You all right, Ben? Sunset Thomas is ready to go? Oh, yeah, Travis Tritt's coming in today. When is he coming in?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Dude, we don't know anything about Travis Tritt.
Steve's a big fan.
We're not even going to lie to...
Steve's a big fan?
Yeah, Steve's a huge
Steve
fan.
be conducting the interview?
Yeah. Let's have Steve...
Let's have Steve do it.
I mean, we'll be here. Steve!
I'm going to do my research.
You know something about Travis Tritt?
Yeah, I lived in Nashville for a while. I know country.
You lived in Nashville?
Oh, my God. You know how many truckers are just rolling their eyes right now? Like,
oh, goddamn, this is going to be a clusterfuck. I can see it happening now, goddamn. Travis Tritt's coming in, these fucking assholes don't know shit about him.
Travis don't deserve that. Don't deserve this kind of abuse.
I knows it.
I don't get this show at all. They play Yoko Ono, but they don't know who Travis Tritt is.
Travis did Hannity yesterday. So.
We did.
Was it good?
I didn't hear it, but I know he did it.
I would assume that Travis Tritt and Hannity's politics are pretty much in line.
Yeah, I would assume
with each
so.
Other.
Yeah, he's a good old boy.
Just
but
a good old boy.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of these guys. I think he's originally from Georgia. He's married. He's got kids, but he's also one of these country guys.
What's like his big hit? His biggest hit ever?
Trouble. That's the Trouble.
What?
You have to know the
spelling
song.
in here.
All right, well, Trouble. I know you've heard it.
Spell it.
The board game?
Just say
That's
it.
exactly.
You could just say it.
Okay, it's called Trouble, but
Pop-o-matic, pop the dice, pop a six, and you move twice.
This is it?
This is it?
Yeah.
Hey, Jude! Hey, Jude!
right, let's listen to Travis Tritt. Yeah.
Tell me what in the world you doing, L-O-N-E. Yeah, say, hey, good L-O-K-I-G.
I don't recognize this at all.
No? This is the biggest hit Travis Tritt has had?
This is a big hit.
What else? Anything else?
I'm trying to think.
Because there's got to be what? Didn't he have like a crossover hit or something?
I can't think of the name of it. This is his new one.
Well, spell it.
All right, cool.
The new song's pretty good too. At least the one, this "Girls Gone Wild" song that's off the new one.
All right, right on. Travis Tritt coming in at 10 o'clock.
Well,
on
it's
the
nice.
East
You're
Coast.
opening up your minds.
Big hit was "Here's a Quarter."
Here's a quarter?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah?
All right,
Hear a little of that.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, I think I do know this one.
You say you were wrong to ever leave me alone. And now you're sorry, you're lonesome and scared. And you say you'd be happy if you could just come back home. Well, here's a quarter, call someone who cares. Call someone who listens and might give a damn. Maybe one of your sorted.
This is the lighter song.
Yeah,
the ballad. Get the lighters out.
Around here handing me none of your lines. Here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
All right. Now we're getting abused on the phone lines.
Why?
Here. Let's go to Mike in California. Mike, what's up?
Not much. I just want to let you guys know that if you guys don't know who Travis Tritt is, you guys are behind the times. Listen to the song. Quarter, call someone who cares.
We never said we didn't know who Travis Tritt was. Everyone knows who Travis Tritt is. We're just not as familiar with him as we probably should be before we conduct an interview with the man.
I know his
Steve
name.
C knows.
I know his name. That's about it.
Well, I just want to say I've been listening to you guys since, well,
all right.
Hey, thank you, Click. I don't know.
Thanks for your support. Okay. Well, Travis Tritt's coming in. Sunset Thomas is next. Adam Ferrara is sitting in.
I've heard of Sunset Thomas.
And
Sure.
And we're going to play this little thing from the old days.
She does that
P-O-R-O-N.
A-S-S-F-U-C-K. I was going for the same joke. Look at
Yeah,
us.
and you were spelling quicker than me. The coffee wasn't kicking
Racing
in.
for the finish line. I love it.
Hold on.
Here's a quarter.
Call someone who cares.
Sounds kind of interesting.
Well, when we do it, it's stupid.
Here's more Travis Tritt.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I recognize this one. Pretty intro.
I was born and I got her and torn from my mother before I was 2. What's a poor little fucker like me to do? Hit the streets, beat to multiple meats till my palms turning black and blue. In my heart I was singing this song to you.
Wow, that's Sunset Thomas. Actually.
She's singing.
She's singing.
All right. I knew that wasn't Travis Tritt.
No, it didn't.
Crazy.
It didn't go anywhere. Sorry. Sherman from Atlanta. Sherman?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, I turned you on October the 5th, so I've been with you ever since you've been on XM. Travis Tritt lives here in Atlanta, and he shows up and does a lot of concerts, kind of impromptu. He will never play Here's a Quarter in concert.
Why?
Why?
Because it rains quarters. He'll get killed. It'll be like 1,000.
Jesus, I never thought of that. That's funny.
Wow.
You got to be at Cowboys in Atlanta at midnight with like 2,000 drunk rednecks, and somebody sings Here's a Quarter. It rains quarters. He's been here
That's a great gag, man.
Yeah, be sure to ask him about that.
I definitely will. Cool. Thank you for helping us out with the interview.
That's funny.
Can you imagine? Yeah, it's a serious song. And
I'm going home and writing a song. Here's some pussy.
All you hear on the stage is playing.
Yeah, actually, you have to find that out somehow.
Yeah.
That there's a reason you shouldn't do the song any longer. All of a sudden you're playing it, and
you imagine walking off stage, the whole band's got covered with wells.
We got to have a meeting.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the set list.
Travis, I don't think we all play that quality song no more.
But you think that's it?
Thank God the song's not called "Here's a Brick."
That's been, whoosh, how.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. As we go to break, the thing you guys did a few years back about the Brady Bunch.
Mike Brady designed the Brady house,
right?
And he didn't design any backs on the stairs leading up to the kids' room. And there was a place where there was bushes under the stairs for someone to hide.
So you thought Mr. Brady was under the stairs checking out his daughters and his sons.
I knew he was. He designed the house.
Marsha, Davy Jones is here for you. Marsha.
Oh, yeah, come on down those stairs. You hot bitch. Look at you. Yeah.
Mike!
What?
Mike!
What do you want?
Can you call Cindy down?
Cindy?
I need Cindy. Tiger ate the mail again.
Oh, Cindy. Cindy, come down, but could you wear that little Shirley Temple outfit you wore with the dress? Don't be scared. I'll be right under the stairs. I'm just under the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, lisp for me. You're the dirtiest Brady of them all.
Thief, bite a thief.
You're a dirty girl, aren't you?
Thief.
Mike!
Mike! You faghead! What?
Why are my panties stretched out, Mike?
Why are you asking me? Alice's fat ass is probably in them.
That's probably it, Mike.
Oh, well, I need Jan. Jan has to come down. My God, I have to reprimand her for not wearing her glasses. She could have killed herself. Oh, yeah, strut down those stairs. You little Brady. Yeah, you're a filthy Brady girl. Oh, stop on the stairs. Stop right there. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Dad, can I turn your office into a room for me?
Greg?
Yeah, Dad.
Now, Greg, we're going to have to talk about this because an office is a lot of responsibility. I want you to come down here and I'll meet you in the office.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, look at that Johnny Bravo ass in those pants.
Dad, can I call you Mike?
Yeah, call me whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm going to take you to the Grand Canyon.
Really, Dad?
Yeah.
But I want to sing.
Sing into the microphone, son. All right.
That's not a microphone.
Oh.
It's winking at me. Dad, you're Jewish.
Bobby!
Yeah, Dad?
Come on down here. We're going to play on the trampoline.
I wish I was taller.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang on the monkey bars to get taller.
You jump up and down on that trampoline. I'm looking right up your shorts leg. Yeah. Boy, that looks like a plucked chicken, doesn't it? Yeah, not a hair on there. Wow.
You forgot Peter.
Peter! We're all out of pork chops and apple sauce.
Oh. That's okay, Peter. Come on down.
All right.
Come on down and I'll feed you sausage. That's what you want, sausage. Oh, walk down those stairs. Look at you. You get an afro just like Dad's. I bet you have one of those Brady afros in your pants, too, don't you? Yeah. Time to change, isn't it?
Dad, Jan's yelling at me because he's using my hairbrush.
Shut up and get on the bunk bed. Oh, here comes Greg again. Those are groovy glasses, Greg. You know, you were caught smoking, but no one has to know. I won't tell Mom if you just help out old Dad.
It wasn't my jacket, Dad. It wasn't my jacket.
I don't care.
Why are you putting the jacket over my head?
Now we're going to smoke a cigar. Come here, Greg. This is a fine cigar. I call this the Pink Tip White Owl. You're going to like the draw on this one.
Hi, Mr. Brady. Is Alice home?
Hey, Sam. To come over here. Show me some meat.
All right, as long as Alice isn't home.
Okay, very good. That was...
Can we leave on an up note?
I doubt it.
The National Board of Health and Lucky Fella brand suppositories bring you Your Body and You, hosted by famed sexual behavior expert Professor Jim Norton.
I'm a perv and I'm weird, but I'm straightforward.
Professor Norton outlines his very hands-on approach to sexual education.
Wait till your kids are sleeping and just lay over one of them. They won't know.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
For example, the art of foreplay.
The first thing I do is go to the bathroom and take one of those 8 decibel shits.
Oral sex.
Why?
Sexual experimentation.
I was performing tushalingas.
And sexually transmitted diseases.
I wish I had AIDS so I could bite somebody.
And for the grown-ups, there's also a segment on marriage counseling.
Honey, you're 41. Can I finally have the balloon knot?
He'll also stress the importance of lubrication.
You want it to sound like when your muddy boot gets stuck like a quagmire?
Another word to the wise from Professor Jim Norton.
Remember, on the face.
Calling all freaks.
All right, let's set the scene here. It makes you want to do that, though, right?
Yeah, I could understand where she was coming from.
Adam Farrar in studio for Jim Norton today.
Hello.
My pal.
We got a really, really long day. Long day today. We're going down to see Jim Norton tape his HBO special, but there's 2 shows.
Right.
5:45, we got to be there for the first one. And the second
matinee.
one starts at 11 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. So tomorrow morning we're going to do the show from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the East Coast.
Right.
Which would be pretty much a morning show for the West Coast.
We're going to have to nap after the show today because there is no way in hell I'm staying up until after 11.
What time you usually go to bed?
9?
About 2 hours.
Really?
No. I'm usually in bed by 8.
Really?
And I'm asleep
insane.
I'm asleep
That's
by 9, 10,
Wow.
10 sometimes.
And you sleep the whole night?
Sometimes, most of the time.
I'm pushing it to about,
I don't know.
You don't have to get
10.
up to pee?
Yeah, I got to wake up, take a leak, and you don't want to turn on that big light in the bathroom. You got to turn on the little light and kind of keep your eyes shut. Don't think too much.
Yeah.
Stagger back
it's
into
all
bed.
over. I got a bath. I have to come down these little stairs.
Oh, stairs? Over,
Yeah.
Johnny.
If I didn't live with my girl, I'd have a Savin can by the bed.
Just take a leak
Just
in that.
roll over.
You should just be able to hook something up, like those, you know those things you pee in when you're on the road? That's that tube and that sleeve that goes over your schlong. Just sleep in that and just piss yourself while you're
Okay,
while you're
wait a
sleeping.
minute. What in that tube you pee in? What kind of trips are you taking?
You ever see
I was
these?
going to say.
Let me see. I got toll money, gas money, sandwiches. Where's my catheter? It's going to be a long trip.
They used to sell these things. It's a tube that goes over the your schlong.
Right.
It's like a sleeve.
Right.
And it's connected to a plastic tube that goes into a bottle.
Okay.
And you're supposed to, use that to take a leak. I've never used one. I've used beer bottles.
But you make it sound like everyone has one.
No, it's just something I saw.
All right.
Comes in your road kit. Flares, flashlight.
Just an emergency kit.
Air freshener.
I've taken leaks in beer bottles.
I
which
use
is really
Gatorade
rough.
Gatorade
bottles are
They're
nice.
the easier
but
ones.
Beer bottles where you got to press it right up against the mouth of the bottle and hold it there and hope that you're not going to pee more than the bottle. Because you ever panic? You're like, uh-oh, I'm feeling there's a lot more left, and the sound is starting to go.
The pitch is getting higher.
It's getting really high pitched, and I'm running out of room, and it's a Bud bottle, so I really can't see where it is.
And you can't turn it off.
You're like, no, impossible to turn it off. And it doesn't matter, even if you're done. There's enough bottle there to fit everything. There's no way you can sit and get everything. It always ends up some of it in your lap. It's just an awful thing taking a leak in your car.
Eric, why are you putting down those shades? Why? So another building doesn't see a naked girl?
That's ridiculous.
We're on the 5th floor. Who's going to see a peeping
leave
pigeon?
Those open.
Dude, that apartment across the way gives us a show every morning, so let them have a show back.
Right.
We got to return the favor.
I say those shades will remain open. Screw it. Why are we censoring the people that are living in this building over here?
What did they do to deserve that?
They didn't deserve. There isn't a reason that we have to pull these shades down and block quality entertainment from people that are working.
Yes, sir.
The housewife, the accountant. As I gaze at that building, I see construction workers. I see hard-working Americans. All they want in life is a good wage, a fun time on the weekends, and perhaps to catch a little nudity from the Opie and Anthony program.
Hallelujah.
Thank you. Thank you. And I believe that... Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think the shades have been pulled... Thank you. Thank you. The shades have been pulled down long enough. Thank you. Thank you.
The senator will ask her a few questions, and we'll walk him through the kitchen.
No, we have a couple across the way. They give us a show every once in a while.
They give a show. I'm seeing what... And you know
Are they aware of it?
There's two couples? I've stayed.
Wait, there's a second couple?
There's a second couple 2 floors down.
And what goes on in that apartment?
You see everything.
You're fat. When are you going to share this with the rest of the group?
You guys skip out at 11 o'clock. They come in the afternoon or first thing in the morning.
When were you going to tell us that there's nudity going on?
How about taping it?
Yeah.
Video.
Yeah, we should get a camera.
God.
And you got to, you need X-ray vision, first of all, to see through the dirty windows and the blinds.
First of all, it's impossible to see into the studio.
It's impossible. I've been over
street.
there in that building, right there. You can't see in here. You can't.
You've tried.
I've looked. There's no seeing in here. Stop it.
Well, sure you can. If we can see out. Look at that guy right there.
No, for some reason you can see out, but with the blinds the way they are, you can't really see in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the story you're
It's
going
a whole
with.
perspective thing.
Let's go to Jim in New York. Jim?
Yes.
Hey.
How you doing?
What's up?
I'm an EMT up by Poughkeepsie, and I had a call once where this guy had gone up the mountain and he was drinking, and he came down and had to go to the hospital because he had a bottle stuck around his prick.
How did he have a bottle? Was it a wide mouth? What did he have?
No, it was a regular, like, Budweiser skinny thing. I don't know. He must
Long neck.
What did Pencil Dick have? Stop. There is no way you're getting an adult schlong in a Bud bottle.
Well, he must have been soft when he started out. And,
Even soft, there's no way.
You can't.
Even soft, there is no way to shove that in there.
Unfortunately, I saw with my own eyes that, he had the ring of the bottle around his dick because he broke the bottle off so he can go to the hospital.
Sir, did he have an unusually
All
small
right.
one?
Hold on. Why are you breaking the bottle so you can go to the hospital?
He broke the bottle.
But it's already an awkward situation. I mean, how is that going to help the situation that you break half the bottle off?
He had to go to the hospital because the blood vessels were so constricted around there that it actually he had to have an operation on it.
But if he got it in there, how is it so constricting that, if it fit in...
I think he found out in that moment he likes bottles.
Did he start getting aroused? Was that it?
I can only assume so. The guy was a drunk.
I'm not buying it.
With these guys.
No, I'm not buying it.
I'm telling you, this is a true story.
Yeah, but it's you telling. We don't know you, and the story sounds a little far-fetched. I'm calling shenanigans.
No. Seriously, but all right, guys, punching out.
All right, my
Jim.
friend.
Thank you. Okay, let's get Sunset Thomas in here. She's been
He
waiting
was a
about 2
liar.
hours.
Yeah, Opie. Sunset Thomas is out there. Have you learned nothing?
God, you hear Eric? You're up. Jesus, Eric. You're up.
Now batting.
How about a nice little, hey,
Yeah,
come
hi.
on in.
The guys would like to see you.
Hi, Sunset.
Hello.
Hi, I love it when it's up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you said
dick.
you're up, Sunset. I said I love it when it's up.
That's a dick joke.
It is? We haven't seen you in many years.
I know, it's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yes.
You used to visit us
Yeah.
from time to time.
Up
I
there
know, I'm
in
just so busy.
Baston.
Actually, you did this for us back in the day.
Oh, let's listen.
Oh, yeah. Harder. Oh, that's when you were playing with me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, harder. Oh, yeah, give it to me. Harder.
Give it to me harder.
Wow, yeah.
Such a bad girl.
There you have it. Very nice.
sunset at work.
See, I like that solo.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, that was a good solo to have.
Very nice. Are you, wow, your perfume just hit me.
That's
Very
really
nice.
helping out the
The
smell.
studio
Thank
hasn't
you.
smelled this good in
quite a while.
Quite a while.
Quite a while,
Since,
huh?
I guess, since Tippy Tom was in.
We get the full array of smells in the studio.
Now, I heard heard a little song. Was that you?
Mm-hmm.
You're singing now?
Well, now
You're still doing adult features?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
actually
okay.
in the movie Misty Beethoven. It's an adult movie.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were moving on from what you do.
Well, I
don't
am
like
moving
singing
on to clubs and everything. I actually just bought 2 brand new gentleman clubs.
You're buying gentleman clubs.
Yeah, I got 2 of them now.
Wow, adult films have been very good to you.
Yeah, I'm a smart girl. Put that
Giving you
money away.
Really? Didn't
Yeah.
spend it on dope or nothing?
No.
Very good. But I don't like that when you see a girl from adult films that gets out of it, moves on with her life. I don't like that. Some people would say, that's a good thing for her. It's bad for us.
Well, I'm still involved. I'm still around the guys. The only thing I'm not doing really anymore is working at the brothels. I hung up my
Really?
pants on those.
She was.
You're not working at the brothel.
She was doing some of that
Had to hang up my
prostitution.
pants. Yeah, I had fun though. I
People
loved
would
being
be
with my
able
fans.
to go up and have sex with you.
Yeah.
She was one of the first famous porn
I
stars to
actually
go into
did it.
prostitution.
I broke the business in on bringing the girls
Really?
out to the brothels. Yeah.
Figured, what the hell?
And guys
I
would be like,
figured-
I'm
well,
banging a porn star.
Guys would, like, when I was featured on the road, because I'm a featured dancer, they would sit there and offer me all this good money, you know, hey, since I'll pay you this to have sex with me. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do it here. It's illegal. So I hooked up with someone and decided to start working at the brothels and having sex with my fan out there.
What would it have cost?
Actually, I got a hell in the business for that. Believe it or not, in the adult
Really?
business, they gave me a hard time for that.
Why? Because you're
I
supposed
don't
to be
know. I think it's
unattainable?
stupid. I
Is
don't
that
know.
kind of the thing? Maybe
I
the
was-
porn star's supposed to be unattainable?
I don't know, and they were like, "Oh, you're just making us look bad." I said, "Hell, they think we're sluts and whores anyway.
Bravo!
What the hell's any different?"
I like a girl
Bravo
that,
for saying that, because
that's realistic.
we have talked to so many people in the porn business that get an attitude. Hey, it's not porn, it's adult features, and we're... Shut up. I mean, just shut up.
We're acting.
Stop trying to glamorize it. It is what it is.
Well, yeah, but it is acting, and that's what we get paid to do is acting.
Yeah? I think the sex is a little more than the acting.
Boy,
You know?
yeah.
I think the people kind of want to
I'm
see
getting
the
paid
banging
to
going.
act, but
Yeah.
I didn't say I'm.
Boy,
like,
so you're still acting in the brothels,
I'm not saying
right?
I'm totally acting though.
Yeah.
But I do get paid to act. I mean, it's illegal to just get paid to have
Is
sex
it
with
acting
my
for you
friend.
in the brothels as well?
No. I'm not saying I do act. I'm just
Right.
saying we're getting paid to act.
I want to know what it would have cost me to have sex with you. What would that have cost?
What would that have cost?
Yeah.
Well, used to run for about an hour for $2,000.
$2,000 for an hour with
Yeah,
you.
but you get to come as many times as you want. That I do
Really?
that with my guys. I
Is
don't
that
let
it?
you don't just come and leave. I'm like, baby, if you can come 3 or 4 times, let's go for it.
And what about rubbers?
It was all condoms. Out
All
there.
condoms?
All condoms.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you're a fan and you just plunked out $2,000?
Did you have some guys that were just like, oh my God, this is a joke? Like, because you've had some of these superstar
but a lot
porn
of
guys
them-
with the baby's arm clutching an apple cock, and like these guys must come in and just, you know, oh, is that? Thank God, this is like a vacation for me. You know, do you ever think that? Comes in
No,
with a little
because
pinky.
you know what? It's not the size. It's what you can do with it. I've learned that over the
I've
years.
heard that
I
lie.
mean, I've had guys. No, I've had guys. That
I believe that line.
I've had guys that were huge, and they just it kills me afterwards, and I'm so sore, and it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's uncomfortable afterwards.
And they think you like it, and they're pounding away like, yeah, you like that,
Oh,
baby.
you like it, baby.
Big
I'm like,
baseball
oh
bat.
God, you're killing me.
Louisville Slugger. You're like, yeah, oh yeah.
Wait, so we're looking at your film, so that's...
Oh,
so,
I didn't know this was on TV.
Well, I was talking about
so that's
sex.
so that's acting right there, huh?
Well, we're getting paid to act, but
Wow.
I just, you know, I'm not saying I'm acting. I'm actually having fun.
So what a great blowjob technique.
So that penis is actually not going into the mouth because this is acting.
It's all done with CGI and blue screen. Okay.
It's all that legality stuff, you know, the wordings.
That's great. Actually, yeah, she's being filmed opening her mouth in front of a green
Actually,
screen.
you know what? I'm
and they
hanging on there.
superimpose the penis later using computer graphics.
Thank God for Steven Spielberg, I
It's
gotta
done
tell you.
It's done at the Lucas Ranch. It's Skywalker Ranch. Wow, that is
Actually,
something.
come to think about it, that's not me. That's
No, I didn't think it was.
That was Tiffany's somebody. Tiffany's on. She's a really nice girl.
She looks a little harder than you.
All right, so your fans, your fans got to bang you for a while, right?
Yeah, and I
did
love
they have
it.
any? Did any of these guys have like weird fetishes they want to do with you?
Oh yeah.
Where you got yourself in some strange positions where you're like, oh god.
I had them ask for strange things, and I mean,
Really?
I love my fans, and I do a lot, but there's just a limit. You know what I mean?
What was one of those things?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
I had this one guy come out, said so. I pay you a lot of money, and all I want you to do is
The hell is
shit
that?
in my mouth.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna shit in your mouth. It's not a turn on for me. I don't understand.
What's his
you know?
name? Jimmy?
Aw.
He wasn't a comedian, was he?
I don't know, but I wasn't going that far, dude. I just no, and no peeing in the mouth.
What did this guy look like?
Huh? Just no. I don't even really remember.
Yeah.
Did he
to
have
be
hair?
honest with you.
Was he shaved head?
No, he wasn't shaved head.
God, that'd be so funny if that was.
I know.
I send him to someone else. I figured maybe they'd whatever.
Yeah.
Tiffany just ate.
You're not into the water sports or the
no
crap or anything.
no.
Would you for the $2,000? Would you take it up the ass?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$2,000? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there'd be a limitation or something like that, but that's mighty nice of you. You know, all
Okay,
included.
You know, if you know what you're doing. Well, no, that's not included. I used to charge extra, but every now and then when I would be back there with a guy and I'd really get turned on, I would just say, hey, I wouldn't charge. I would just like,
say, hey,
stick it in
do
there,
that.
baby.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I
Nice.
did that. You know, it was cool.
I hear you.
You know, it was
That's
selfish.
nice. Not selfish.
And how
Good.
much of that money did you get to keep out of the $2,000?
The house got half.
Wow.
Which kind of, you know, what the
Yeah.
hell.
That sucks.
Yeah,
So you got it up the ass twice.
I like that.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
About right.
But you made enough money to open up a couple of gentlemen's clubs.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Smart girl. Put
Where?
my way.
Are they going to...
Actually, I have one in Phoenix, Arizona, and I just got my other one in Reno, Nevada. They're called Diamond Jacks and Sunset Thomas's Gentlemen Clubs. I know it's a long title.
People, they don't care how long the title is, as long as the chicks are hot.
And I'm always in there. I'm going to be actually out at clubs more often. I'll be out there walking around, hanging out, talking to the guys. I like it because I actually get to spend more time with the guys. I can really sit down and chat with them, you know, because when I'm featured dancing.
You really want to do that?
There's some great guys I know out there.
I've seen some of the lines of guys that wait to take the Polaroids with the girls. And it's like, oh, the girls can't be happy with this.
Yeah,
Some of them are, hey, let me take a picture with you.
You know, it don't really faze me. I understand what you're saying, but it don't faze me. I love them all. I love all kinds. You know,
Yeah.
you just, you know.
No problem areas
some
with
of
the
the ones
clubs?
that maybe stink really bad, you just kind of like just lean over and, yeah, hi.
You don't have a problem with the areas that the clubs are in? Because I know some of the laws
Well,
around
I know
there are
Phoenix is really tough,
pretty rough.
but, you know, got a good deal, so, you know.
Yeah, no
Got
cops
fun.
in there all the time trying to screw
Well, I'm
with you.
sure, especially knowing what I've done in the past and everything. Yeah, they're going to probably be watching me like a hawk.
What are the touchy-feely laws over there?
They're pretty
strict?
Yeah.
Like a 3-foot rule or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Why go to the... You want to go in.
But you
want to have a
you gotta
girl.
understand. Maybe I understand what you're saying. Why go because of that? That you do have some guys that maybe don't want to totally go all the way with the girl, and they just want that little bit of fantasy.
Yeah.
There are some guys that are still that way. I mean, we're all not perverts like me.
I just kind of like the idea of maybe a little physical contact if the girl's there. You know, I like if you could take your hands and grab the hips, maybe.
Yeah.
Or run your hands down the ass.
Well, I understand
Something
all
like
that
that.
because I like it and I dig it, but you know,
I'm
you gotta
talking
go
about
by
the
the laws.
other guys in the club.
Well, yeah.
Grabbing their ass and holding their hips.
I'd be grabbing the balls. Forget that.
But, you know, you need some kind of contact like that. And then the laws they make are ridiculous. 3 feet. Oh, what are you going to do with 3 feet? It's a challenge. I bet I can shoot a load that far. Now you're challenging me.
I could think of some things to do with 3 feet.
Yeah.
Stay out of the crease.
Yeah.
Very attractive girls.
Yeah.
You got all the best.
Very attractive ones in there. Yeah. And they love it because...
Some of them day strippers at the local club lunch hour strippers. No C-sections.
Cute girls.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful
Good girls?
Yeah.
Nice.
And they like it because, you know, of course, I got a couple guy owners involved in it with me as well. But they like it because I'm a woman owner. I still feature dance. I still go on the road. So I can relate to them. I know the crap they go through and the things that are... You know, so the good thing about me being an owner is I can coach the girls. I can teach them how to hustle and make more money, not just get on stage and walk around. To me, if I was a guy and I'm sitting out in the club, that's just so boring. Get up there with some energy. Act like you're enjoying what you're doing.
I'm
you know?
the worst strip club customer ever because when I go in, that's kind of what I like. I like a girl that's just going to get naked. I wouldn't mind if she got naked and stood in front of me, but completely naked. Like, I would rather have a girl make a law where she can be completely naked if she freezes and doesn't move. The second she starts dancing, she's got to put her bottoms on, whatever law you want to make. Because I would just sit there and go, I'm just going to look at you naked. Don't talk. Don't move. Just be. Just be naked.
That's got to be awkward.
Doll.
That's got to be awkward for the girl, though, Anthony.
And then I would just stare right into her eyes. Wouldn't even look at her body. Until she screams and cries.
You wouldn't be looking at her eyes. You'd be looking at her tits.
Sometimes you
know
try.
it.
I remember being a kid and going into some of the strip clubs, local strip clubs out on Long Island, and thinking for some reason every guy is just gawking at this girl. When she looks at me, I'm just going to look her in the eyes and smile. And then the girl comes up. I look her in the eye. I give her the smile, and involuntarily, my eye goes right down to her pussy. I'm like, oh, fuck, I fucked it up. I knew it. I can't even control my stupid eyes. Damn your eyes, man. I couldn't even control myself for a second. I am awful.
It's because that brain up there stopped thinking and the other one started thinking.
Of course.
You know?
But I just like the nudity. Like, I know there are guys that go in there and like the moves. They like maybe some dialogue with the girls, and I'm sure what you teach them. What are some of the things that you might push a girl to get more mileage out of some of the dancers?
Sunset.
Holy Jesus.
That was a pretty big one, wasn't it?
Wow.
That's actually in my movie Sex.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Aptly titled?
Yeah, it actually won about 11 awards. That movie did.
What awards did this movie win?
I don't know.
Wow.
Best sex scenes, mixed up all kinds of things. And it was a great film. We shot it on film. Quality's really good in this. Actually, we were in the desert on this. I don't know how we did it. We were freezing cold while we were doing that, believe it or not. It was cold as hell.
You could tell by his ball sack.
I don't know if it's because it was cold or because he's
looks like
the shit
head
out
from
of me.
Star Trek.
You guys are bad.
That's good.
No, what I tell the girls, going back to that, is basically just don't walk up to a guy. I think it's corny. I try to put myself, if I was a guy, what I would like. Not just walk up, hey, you want to dance?
Yeah.
I mean, why do they do that?
Got the fantasy thing going, like she's actually
understand.
interested in picking him up, maybe.
To me, it don't look like it's interested.
Oh
Like, hey, you want to dance?
Yeah.
You know, just, sit down or say hi for a minute. Have a little bit of a conversation. Not too long, but,
We have to go back to the movie real fast because it is in the desert. It's really
and
windy.
I'm sucking cock.
No, it's really windy, and the guy just,
I know, he came and it kind of flew off.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Did you notice that?
It went.
It flew off my body.
Instead, like he was aiming for her, it came out and went flying back toward him and went over his shoulder.
For windage. He hit her in the face.
Oh,
Jesus,
man,
why are you blowing Kip Winger?
So you got a new book out too, American Whore.
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about?
It's actually
your life story.
American
Whore. I know your life story.
Well, I'm a whore now. It's my life story.
Yeah.
About me, and I got a very intriguing life, and a lot of things that fans don't really know about, and I'm going to open up to my fans.
Want to give us a little tidbit?
Nice. Huh? You got to read the book.
How old were you when you got into the biz?
18.
18.
I've been in it for 13 years.
And what got you in?
I went out to L.A. to actually be a regular model.
Wow,
do
that
runway, and I was really good at it because I did it in Daytona, but I wasn't tall enough when I got out there. And then I went and did a couple B-rated movies, but the money wasn't very good. And I was sleeping on a mattress on the floor, starving to death. You know those little soups you buy that sort of like in noodles? Mm-hmm. I lived off those things for months.
The ramen noodles in the plastic package? Yeah.
Well, I lived off those for a while.
I got to be honest with you. I did too.
I'm feeling that.
I did too. But I decided I wasn't going to suck cock. I said, I'm eating ramen noodles and I'm living in my car. But cock's out of the question.
Well, I decided this, I was married and I was already sucking cock, and I liked sucking cock, so why not go do it for a living, do something I like?
God bless
and
you.
get paid at the same time.
God bless
Two different career paths right here in the studio.
Two different career
And
paths.
we're getting paid, both of us.
Both-
and we're not eating soup no
both
more.
at the
Joined together at ramen noodles.
Both at the crossroads.
Crossroads of the ramen
You know
noodles.
what? I wouldn't even go buy those.
Really?
I refuse to even
I feel
buy
the same
them.
way about Triscuits. I lived on a box of Triscuits for a week straight, and
Dry
it was
cereal.
awful. I considered the cock at the Triscuit. No, I didn't. Stop it. I was living in my car eating Triscuits, and then girls kind of. I know it's a difficult choice to make, but it's always there for the girl. It's one of those things. It's like, I'm sleeping in my car. I could always suck cock. It's like a guy's got to go, I better get a job.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to work for a living.
Well, I got a job.
I better go
But
buy
I just
some
got
tools.
a job that's sucking cock, what I like to do.
All right, so you're starving to death. You're married
Starving
at the
to
time.
death, married at the time, so I started going and doing
You were
some
married?
B-rated movies.
At 18, you were married?
Yeah.
So how were you?
You
I
got
guess
me as a baby.
your husband didn't support you or anything? He didn't.
No,
Shut up and eat your noodles.
Exactly. No, we got in it actually together. We went and did an adult video together and liked it and decided, hey, that's what we want to do for a living.
Wow.
I got so turned on by the camera. I love a camera in front of me while I'm having sex. I don't know.
Get that video camera over there, Danny. What are you
come
doing?
on, Danny.
What are you doing? Wow.
Where's the vibrator?
And then you started making some money and thought, this could work.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm like, why not? Why not stay in something I enjoy? I believe if the girls are going to get in this business, I'm not saying everyone should just go and jump and get into the adult business. I believe you should, if you get into it, do it because you like it and you love it. Because if you don't, it's going to just, it's going to mess with you. You're going to fall into the drugs because you want to be all messed up the whole entire time. So you're not realizing what you're doing. And you end up blowing your money anyway. I think that's silly. I
love them like
Get in
that,
it because you love what you do.
Aren't the dancers
You don't
great when they're all...
I gotta tell you, this is the best time I've ever had.
Would you like a crap dance?
She's naked and
But wouldn't you
drunk.
like it if they're sexy and got their head together going, hey, baby, you really turned me on. You want to come back and do a
no.
lap dance? Come
No,
on.
I'm kidding, of course.
You know you do.
Do you have
equals
your
MC
club
squared.
nice American girls dancing?
Huh?
You have nice American girls dancing
Yeah,
in
I
your
got
club?
a mix.
You mix?
I got a mix.
Because I got to tell you, I don't know who you're hiring or anything.
Are you going to go with the Russians again?
Do you go with the Russian girls?
Stay away from the Russian girls.
Stay away from
You
them?
got to
Oh, my
stay
God.
away.
Now, why
Because
is that?
they're against everything you're talking about. They walk up to you, smoking 8 cigarettes. You want for me to make this sexy for you? I will make this sexy for you. You make for me the money. I make for you the sexy. And you're like, get away. They have
so
destroyed all the clubs on Long Island. It's
You're
just
so
now
right.
Russians all over the place.
There was a girl like that
Great.
that was at the ranch. That was like
Really?
that. It was hilarious.
They
yeah.
have no sexuality when it comes to trying. At least fake it a little bit. Come on. Give to me the money. I will make for you the like I fuck. What?
What the hell are you saying?
Take your clothes off. It is moose and squirrel.
It's true. They do. They talk to
Yeah,
us
there's
like that.
no faking it or
Hilarious.
anything.
You're killing me. I'm dying here. Give it to me. Yes, harder.
I like
Turn
the
me over.
I like the Orientals.
Do you really?
I like the. They're
I'm
cute.
not too hip on that either.
Nah.
Me suck you long time.
I don't like that
Me
whole
get your
thing.
pussy?
I feel like they're gonna take that pointy hat off and throw a grenade in my helicopter with it. I just kind of like American girls. You're apple pie and Chevrolet. You're like you have the all-American California girl look. That's what you go for in the club. I don't want to walk into a Benetton ad every time I walk
I understand
into
if there's too
a
much
goddamn
of it.
pit bar.
But you got to do a little mix and variety. But I understand if there's an overflow of it. Me, I like to mix it up a lot.
Yeah.
Give them a mix.
There have been times there's been girls up on the stage, and I'm paying attention to the girl that's picking the songs on the jukebox because I know she's coming up next. And it's like, yeah. And I know it's insulting to, the girl on the stage, but Sometimes
you're just like, get it off.
Please get her off.
I understand. That's why actually I do my school out of the club so I can train the girls and train them how to do it the right way.
You do like a school with these girls?
I got a Sunset Thomas school, and I teach girls how to dance. It don't have to necessarily be my house girls, but I teach them how to dance, how to get up there and hustle, have good energy. You know, give them all the little coaching they need to know.
And not to fall off their shoes.
Not be all drunk and stupid.
Do you teach the rug act?
Huh?
A lost art, if you ask me.
Years ago.
A lost art.
Sure.
You know, the local clubs, again, I'll go back to my childhood when I was 8 or 9 and would hang out at the strip clubs.
That's when the scarring happened.
This
I
was
would
a
go
big
to the
thing,
strip
though.
club.
Yeah.
One place I went to was called the Tender Trap.
Oh, yeah.
Right on Jericho Turnpike in New York. This was
behind the garage.
There was penicillin dispensers on the wall. It was awful.
It was your classic Long Island strip club of the 80s. And I'd go in there, and the girls were, local girls. And one thing they would do is they'd come up on stage with a blanket that looked like their comforter from their bed. And they'd do their rock songs and dance to it, but then they'd put in a ballad and unfurl that little bedspread.
Yep. Here's a quarter.
You just there you go.
Okay.
Usually it's we got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? We got tonight, babe. Why don't you stay? And then they'd unfurl it and lay down, feet facing you, and flitter their legs around and spread them, slowly close them, grab their butt, put their feet over their head. And it was the rug act.
Yep.
And it was just the best thing. And, we'd throw dollars at him over the bar. And it was so much better than just having a girl muscle up on your bar stool and go, please, look, I make like I touch the penis for you. I make like I cannot really. But for the money, I will make the good sexy for you.
Would you like maybe rest nuts on my knee?
You do that.
You do.
I will allow, though perhaps KGB watch me.
Okay, but turn over here so camera no see your last balls on my knee.
Done. I'll let you squeeze my bosom. But that was
the days when you could always plop ice or something up in you and you could shoot it out at the guy.
There you go, another thing.
Doing
good
stuff
clean
like
fun.
That. But now it's just so strict.
It's so strict.
You're
they don't
right.
allow anything. I remember a girl that used to do a little trick. She'd take the matchsticks and split the end of them and put them on her nipples and light them. And then shake her titties around, and the fire, the lights would be out, so it would look like a luau. Like flaming things are spinning around. And it was fun back then. The girls would walk on the bar, and a lot of times they'd pull their panties down, too. And they'd walk over the bar. And some of the girls were very attractive and you'd watch. Other girls you didn't want to insult as you put your hand over your beer as she walked down the bar. But that was the sport of it. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it's not necessarily the girls. It's the rules now.
Yeah,
man.
the rules.
too, man. The rules are tough.
Screw
on
the
us, man.
rules.
I remember the days when I featured dance, and you could just get rowdy as hell out there.
Yep.
I love it when I used to take my ass and just cram it in her face and just, you do that little shaking real hard.
You could do that
and rub
back
it up
then.
on their nose. Oh, I love
Wonderful.
that.
Grab their face and stick it between
She's a
your
good
tits.
egg. She's just a good egg.
Then when the rules,
fun.
and then when the rules started kicking in, you could do the thing where you grab the buck and put it between their tits, and they would squeeze them together and let your hand get the little titty brush. You could get the tit brush with the hand. That was always nice. Well worth the $1. I'll toss over a George Washington.
You got a little something for your
You
dollar.
got a little something for your dollar. That's all I'm talking about, Opie.
You
A
left
little
smiling.
something for your buck.
That's it.
Right.
Ah,
That's what you get.
those were the days.
Now it's getting to the point where it's like they sell you binoculars at the door,
Yeah.
and you look through them.
And you swipe your card.
And
They
that's
got
what
those.
you get.
They got those things you pop a quarter in that they have on top of the Empire State Building.
It's
And you
not
kinda
bad
look
like
at the
that
girls.
everywhere, though. I
No.
mean, there's still some cool places now.
I would hope so.
There was a place in
Attractive
Florida
girls.
with my brother where the woman steamed me through my jeans. Did you ever have that done?
What?
Oh, the rub.
Steamed.
She puts her mouth.
She blows it with the mouth.
Yeah.
Puts her mouth
I know
on your
that
pants,
one.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel the heat like a
I
couple of
used to do that.
seconds
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa!
Yeah,
Whoa, hey.
and I was loaded. I almost bought her a house. I was mad.
I love it when you can actually get those really good lap dances, you know, where you can really get in there and rub it and feel it getting nice and hard, you know.
She is a trooper.
Stop steaming up my yam bag.
And we're walking out afterwards. My brother was with me, and it's like 6 in the morning. I'm walking out, and she's grabbing me and pulling me back. I said, no, I have to go. I get in the car. My brother's like, what was the stripper talking to you about? Calculus. What the hell do you think she was talking to me about?
The cold day, you walk outside, steam starts coming off of your lap.
Your pants. I said, where'd that come from?
I had stripper glitter all over
you know,
me.
here's a funny one. Are y'all ready for this one? Have you ever went to a club and actually got a lap dance, and maybe a girl might have been on her period, and you come out with, like, blood all over your pants? Anyone ever experienced
Our
that?
own Opie.
Well, it wasn't a strip club, though.
Come on, Opie, tell your story.
No, it was a girl I was seeing in college, and I was like a big club DJ at Geneseo, and I had about a half hour to kill, so I was. Oh my God!
Hey, you got your bread wings.
I was
Wings.
all it was I was just dry humping the girl in my car.
The old dry hump.
And I had like light colored jeans on, and I wasn't thinking anything of it. And went in and started working, and we had the black lights and stuff and the lights. And I'm walking across the dance floor, and my whole crotch area was just a huge
glowing, like a Peter Max painting on it.
A huge pad.
Yeah, that's sprayed you with luminol.
I forgot what she was. Maybe she just had a skirt on or something, but it was just a mess.
Oh, that's good.
And with the lights from the club, it just was like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm a tool.
That happens at the strip clubs, though, huh? Give a lap dance and leaves a little of her lap on you.
I was just wondering if you guys ever experienced. I did say it happened.
Yeah.
What's the sparkles all about, though?
Yeah.
Stripper glitter, yeah.
What's the stripper glitter?
I don't know.
Isn't that kind of gone now?
That's finally gone?
It's starting to fade away,
Kind of trendy. Because it's actually in some of the perfume or some of the makeup that the girls wear, and there's glitter on it, and that shit will get on you no matter... The girl can dance near you, and this stuff will get on you.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of guys have gotten in trouble coming home with that.
Yeah, they come home with that glitter on. Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, it's like you're beaten with a bite reflector.
I don't know what it is. It just, I think it makes us feel pretty. I don't know. It is pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like when you wake up in the morning.
You guys got a point.
The ATM receipt for $1,500.
Yeah.
All in singles, and it's like $1,000 service charge if you use their ATM.
That's worse than the glitter.
That's worse than the glitter.
Leaving that receipt
on your
going
with the glitter
on your dresser.
So what have you guys been up to?
Oh, this is what we do now.
Now we do uncensored radio, finally.
Yeah, isn't it great? You guys like it?
It's awesome. We love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Definitely.
Hey, did you get your own niece into the business or something like that, people are saying?
Well, I hooked her up with the contract with Vivid.
What a great
and she kind of
Wow.
started doing her own thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I told her when she got in, I said to her, I said, Sunrise, if you get in this business, get in it because
Sunrise
she
Adams.
goes by Sunrise Adam. I said, if you get in this business, get in it because you love it and you enjoy it. Don't get in it for just the money because it's not good for you. And actually, she's retired now.
Really?
Yep, she got out.
How old?
And she's doing real estate.
Really?
And she laughs.
I mean,
real estate.
But I'm proud of her, though. I'm really happy.
Does your mom just...
She
does
really,
her mom hate you?
She liked it for a while there, but I don't know really her story behind it, but I think she just got to the point where she had enough and wanted to get out.
How old is she now?
But she was smart. She bought a house, land, all that.
Used her money
She
well?
took my advice and did that.
What were the years that she was in? How old was she?
I think she was only like 3 or 4 years or something like that. I don't know. Give or take.
20s? Early 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A baby.
What a great aunt.
Little cutie pie.
What a great aunt.
Actually, I did when I was...
My aunt wouldn't let me have sugar cereal.
I know.
I actually did a layout for one of the magazines I used to do some stuff for, and me and her did a layout together, but I put a guy in between us.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to change her diapers. I couldn't
wow.
go there.
Is that part of the photo shoot?
No. No, but we put a guy in between us.
Yeah.
And they made a big deal of it, even though we never even touched each other, and it got pulled.
That's your niece?
Oh, that's her? Hey, why don't you turn that monitor this way?
Little cutie pie.
Hey. Wow. Definitely see some family resemblance.
Oh, I got it.
Which one are you looking at?
Here you go.
Let's see which one we got.
Well, which one? Like you could tell between shots or something?
Yeah.
That's she's
So
a beauty.
the picture of you and her isn't on the internet?
Huh? No.
The picture of you and
We've
her?
always kept our careers both kind of separate from each other. That's just the way we wanted to do it. So I'm more the wild child.
Must have been fun at Thanksgiving and Christmas
She hated
dinner.
that. That's one thing she did hate when she was following kind of behind me because I'd go and said, okay, yeah, fuck me in my ass. DP, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's have fun, And the Sunrise would come in and do her thing, She had her own little cool thing, but they were like, well,
A little more subdued.
your niece does, your aunt does this and she does that. Come on.
Whew, yeah, right.
And she's like, hey, she's the wild child. I'm not.
Hard to live up to.
I always tell the guys, she makes them rise, I make them set.
She's an overachiever. That's Sunset Thomas. Golden Buns, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys? How you doing today?
Good.
I saw Sunset and another stripper up in the Poconos, and they did this awesome set to Dr. Feelgood, and at the end they came out with a bucket of those little dum-dum lollipops, started rubbing them around on themselves and handing them out. How'd you guys get away with that one?
Jesus.
And no one told me it wasn't illegal, so I just had fun.
It was fantastic. I loved it, but you guys talking about the strict rules and almost knocked me over.
All right, Golden Buns.
Sean from
Thank
Jersey.
you, baby.
Saying the Russian chicks also, they have no rhythm for dancing whatsoever. Nothing sexy about the way they move. They constantly, they're tripping over their own feet. If blacks think American white girls can't dance, check out the Russian broads. They're awful. And that is true. They are just horrific dancers, falling off their shoes. Look, they came over from Russia. They got toenail fungus. They really do. Check it out.
I'm going to check
I
this
speak
out.
the truth.
I've got to check this out.
Keep the Russian girls out.
Where's Club Minsk that you're going to? Where is that?
Club Minsk. Last time I was in Moscow.
Why don't we take a quick break? You going to do the news for us today, Sunset?
Yeah.
Do a topless and stuff?
Speaking of clubs, you guys got the paper.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the club at one of the clubs in the weekend. Who's got that paper?
Oh, yeah, where the hell is
Where are you going to be?
Speaking of clubs.
I got this thing, but I don't know which...
Kit Kat Guest Ranch, is that
No, that's a whorehouse. I'm
Oh,
talking about
crazy
clubs.
me.
You were in Anal Thunder 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dishonorable Discharge. You did a war film?
Huh?
Nothing.
Well,
Forget it.
no. We were giving out free sex to the guys that were coming back home from the
Oh,
military.
my God. You're doing the adult video tour. The adult video shop tour, I guess, right?
Yes.
All right, so tomorrow from 3 to 5 East Coast time, you're going to be at Airport Adult Video Gift Outlet.
Mm-hmm.
That's 89 Route 17K, Newburgh, New York.
You were in all 3 ass slammers? All 3?
I like my ass slapped, okay?
I hear you. No, I'm just saying, I didn't know if you were in all 3.
I'm at the Stress Factory May 5th through 7th in New Jersey, New Brunswick, New Jersey, that is, the Stress Factory.
Are you going to be slapping your ass at him?
I would, but the rules, you know how it is.
What were you doing in Cocksucking Asians?
Sucking Asians' cocks?
Oh, because I thought cocksucking Asians, I would assume that the cocksuckers were the Asians. But they could, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, now, come drinking Asian sluts.
I don't name these titles. I just shoot them.
I was wondering if you had any business being in come drinking Asian sluts.
Actually, you know what? I think you are naming something I'm not in.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they
I'm
included
in
all these...
Sex, Latex, Deep Inside Sunset, Sunset's Gangbang, which is one of my favorites.
How many guys?
Huh?
How many guys?
8.
8 guys?
8.
Nice. Facial
Wasn't
money
it
shots?
amazing? Huh? Oh, yeah.
Facial
I love
money
it in the
shots?
face. Just
Gotcha.
not in my eyes. Don't get in my
Really?
nose or up my nose. Yeah.
Or up the nose, why?
Because
We've heard the eyes because it stings or whatever,
yeah.
right? But the nose
It's for real nasty. awkward I don't boogers like later it. in the day. Yeah, you know?
All right, Sunset tomorrow is also going to be at Ulster Videos and Gifts, 7:30 to 9:30 East Coast time at night, 584 Ulster Avenue in Kingston, New York. Right?
Kingston, nice.
All right, and there's a lot more signings you're doing.
A lot more signings.
Are these on your website, hopefully? That would
yeah,
make it
actually,
real easy.
you know what? You can go to sunsetslife.com.
Okay.
And check it out there, because it'll make it a lot easier for you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for
But
that.
I'll just tell them about at least the club. There was a club on there that I'm going to be at the end of the week. I got so many signings.
I really don't know. There's so much stuff in front of me.
We'll go back to it when we come back.
Club.
I'll find it for you.
All right, yeah, you find that. We'll take a break, and then when we get back, Sunset Thomas is going to do the news for us.
The
topless.
news topless. I can't wait.
That'll be fun for us and not fun for you guys listening, I guess. No, we'll make it work somehow. Stay there.
I just love a drive in the country, laughing with Opie and Anthony. That plane is flying awfully low, don't you think, Ramon? Ramon, call 911.
That's a surreal conversation going on. We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. We call it the One virus, spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. Sunset Thomas in studio, and she's talking about how she gives the young dancers advice and pretty much telling them to save their money and retire when they're 21 to 23 years old. And I'm looking at Adam like, we didn't get a chance to retire at 23.
No, I'm not retired. In fact, I'm at the Stretch Factory, May 57th. New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Hold on, why isn't your mic on? There you go, Sunset. I'm sorry.
I said because you ain't got tits and pussy.
Damn right.
God, you know, I'm just looking.
It's sad for guys. You really think about it. I mean,
you don't have to think about it much at all.
Y'all bust your balls, man. You really do.
You know, this show is really, really strange. I hope the new listeners are slowly but surely understanding this. We got this hot piece of ass, Sunset Thomas, in studio, who's starting to get topless, right, Anthony? And we've been having a lot of fun with her today. Tomorrow on the program...
Jesus. Well, can you tell she just got topless?
What?
What were we talking about? What?
You were babbling about something,
Opie.
Opie.
It's pretty warm in here.
What was I saying? Oh, thanks, Ben.
What did I say?
Oh, you want me to promote this? Where were we? Holy crap.
Wow. Oh derailed.
Wow. And
they're just tits.
And the Japanese train was speeding down the track when all of a sudden...
I got to let him squeeze it since he's kind of like...
Nah, I better not.
Come on.
Adam will.
No,
I'm going to give.
I'm
going to give my squeeze away. Nathaniel, come in here. No, Nathaniel can't. I really can't. I really can't.
You got a girlfriend.
Oh
you
yeah.
got a wife.
Well,
that's all right. He's behaving.
I'm trying to be very cool. Actually, can I give my squeeze away?
Yeah. Would you want to give it?
All right. Who can squeeze without getting in a world of hurt?
What about this guy?
Who? Who is that guy?
I don't know. Just that guy.
No, we got him laid once.
You're like, you got to like... Well,
no, we
the
did.
camera guy did.
We did, and we won't mention his name, but he got some good action on that couch right behind you there.
What about that guy?
Which guy? Derek?
No, back there.
Travis. Wow, Travis is saying no. Travis is gay, huh?
Oh, Jesus.
That's all right.
He was doing so well up to this point.
Hold on, man. Someone has to.
That's all right. At my signings, I'll plenty of
Derek!
speeches.
Come on in, buddy.
Derek,
comes.
We can't leave you hanging, Sunset. That would be awkward.
That would be
for all
rude.
of us, right?
I know. What's
You
wrong
are
with
the
you
guest.
guys?
Silly us in loving relationships.
I'm going to go home
we
and
suck.
I'm going home and punching Maureen in the neck.
You should have brought your girlfriend with you.
Oh, my God. Punch her in the neck.
I don't care. They're just tits.
All right, Derek, who does a great job for us every day.
Kind of cozy.
There you go.
Warm anyway.
Oh.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Wow.
We get the very nice.
Jesus, she said one squeeze. Calm down.
Yeah.
He's working him like he works that board in the...
He's got this little pitch to it as he kind of goes...
Was that good?
Yeah, try that again. I kind of like that. Never had anyone do it like that. So he does that little...
Wow.
You like his technique?
Nice technique.
Yeah, he does that little squeeze and kind of go over and pinch.
And then he pinches.
Good, Derek?
Yeah.
Those are implants.
That was nice. Yeah.
And they're
amazing.
You got the best doctor, obviously.
Yeah.
We've seen
they look
Garth
like
Fisher.
they could be natural. Yeah.
Garth Fisher out of L.A. And actually, when I did these here, I had HBO and they're filming it as well.
Yeah, we've seen some horror shows. Oh man.
I've seen some horror shows.
Franken boobs.
Franken boobs.
Or the boobs look like are way up,
way
like the nipple
up
are
high.
way
The
up
nipple,
high.
yeah. The girls went
Or
with like
scars from like.
I got an A cup and I kind of want double D's.
And they shove them in, and the nipples are on their shoulders.
Yeah. Actually, this one here is over and under. I did like a teardrop because I went. If you notice, they kind of sag a little bit.
They look natural.
I wouldn't call that a sag, no.
Well, you know.
We
what I'm
could show
saying.
you.
Like
It's a natural
like
hang.
my old one used to go way up. You know how
Right.
that way up.
No good.
I hate that. So I made them do a teardrop, and they kind of sag a little bit. like real tits.
Wait, you could decide what you want, like a teardrop or what are some...
A teardrop is when you have one over and one under inside there, and it actually gives a little drop, like real tits supposed to do, is drop a little bit.
It really does. That's why they look so natural.
What are some of the other ones you could get?
Huh? Oh, well, it just depends on what your doctor does. I mean, I've seen them. You know what I mean.
No, I know, but the term is...
I like the cockeyed ones.
The terms are...
One nipple's going one way, one's going the other. Guy in the middle goes, what do you want from me?
The newest big thing is for the belly button. A lot of people like doing it for the belly button so you don't get no scars and stuff. So
that seems really like a long way for the implant to go.
Yeah, that kind of made me nervous. I was like,
Is that where they went with you?
Huh? No.
Oh,
actually, they're right on the nipple.
Wow, you can't even
My
see.
first one's on the arms, and these are on the nipple.
These are on my nipple.
These are on my nipple.
All right, anyone else want to feel? Anyone? That's it? That's the only guy that can feel today?
That's all right. I'll have plenty of fans feeling me this week.
Yeah. All right, so, just to show you that this show goes all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Today we got sunset in. Beautiful, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow, the return of Sandy Kane.
Wow, okay. We are running the gamut.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It is such a bad thing.
She's an example of someone that stayed in the business way, way, way too long.
So, yeah, that's why, I mean, I've been in the business for 13 years. I'm 33 now. And it's time for me to ready to move on, you know?
Sunset, she's probably, safe to say, at least 63.
Wow.
Yeah, at least.
Well, a lot of my fans think I'm 25, though. They say I look like
Here are
25.
some of the sounds of Sandy Kane, just to give you an idea.
Okay.
Oh! Are you right? Ooh. I don't believe it.
Was that I don't want it?
No, play the I don't believe. No, next one. This one.
All right.
I don't believe it.
Now, I got to explain that one.
What?
I got to explain that one, and then we'll play it again.
Okay.
Sandy Kane was in, and she took her clothes off, and we noticed she had a hemorrhoid, a very prominent hemorrhoid. So we got one of our listeners to come in to apply Preparation H to our hemorrhoid. And this guy was a real jokester. He loads up his finger with Preparation H, and as Sandy Kane is talking, in mid-sentence, he shoved his finger right up her ass. So what she's saying is something like, she was trying to say, I don't believe I'm doing this.
Right.
And she goes, I don't believe. And you could tell right when his finger shoved up her ass by her going, I don't believe. So listen again.
I don't believe it.
That is her getting a finger stuck up her ass. And then the was another time where she was just standing there, and he did it again with two fingers.
You guys being mean.
Well, the ow, too.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. Ow.
What, do you have big fingers? Big fat fingers or something?
You know something? I don't even remember, but when you put two of them together and just...
This might be the one right here.
There you go.
Yeah, that was it. She was just standing there, and he jammed it. He just jammed two fingers. Ow!
You're a filthy whore! Ow! Ow!
Nothing else makes that sound.
Oh, you guys.
I can't wait to get her back in here.
Yeah, she'll be in tomorrow, so.
Sandy Kane. She was just standing there.
It's so good to see you guys. So you guys look great.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
We try.
You look happy.
We try.
Yeah.
Where were we at? All right, so Sandy's in tomorrow, and then what are we going to do? Oh, topless news, I guess.
Yes. News.
Okay. Should we go ahead, guys?
Do we need the news? We got the news music?
I got it. Oh, okay. Not the music.
Yeah, we got something.
Unless you want to use my kind of music.
And now with the news, Sunset Thomas.
Topless.
Hi, this is Sunset Thomas, topless and ready to go, nice and wet. Anyway, the weather from Pink Lick, Kentucky. Today, rain showers this morning, coming a steady, slow, soaking rain during the afternoon hours, with a few rumbles and thunder possibilities. High 61s, wind south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles. Change of rain, 80%. Rainfall around, I'd say at half an inch.
Oh, that's pretty small.
Well, you know about that, Opie.
Oh,
Tonight. Tonight.
No, let her move on.
No,
we got to let her do the news.
No, wait.
You can't interrupt the
doing
news.
the news, Opie.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
He's stopping me. I'm in it tonight. A few showers. And,
I lived in Buffalo, where they get up to a foot of snow, Sunset. Jesus.
Tonight, a few showers.
Are you insane?
This evening.
I've never seen a
I
newscast
can't
that
do
starts
this.
with the
You're
weather.
messing me up.
A newscast that starts with the weather.
And goes on and on and on.
You guys stop it. Let's see. Tonight, a few showers this evening. Don't forget about your sponge, Anthony, with the clearing overnight.
Sponge?
Your sponge. Don't ask me. Someone wrote this little drawing. You know,
Someone wrote that?
A few showers, get it? A few showers
Yeah.
this evening, so don't forget your sponge.
Shower, sponge.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
I didn't say it right. Okay, that's why I don't do the news.
Why don't you go to the news section and skip the weather?
Why would they give you a very long weather forecast? Someone thought that would be funny, I guess.
Which one you want? About the Brad Pitt or what do you want?
Any of the news.
Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. This one here is the police suspect man of storing mother in freezer. Neighbor says the man said that his mother is in a nursing home.
Mom! I'm not the Lord. I have to do this now. Mom, please stop calling me.
All right, go ahead.
Campbell, Wisconsin, neighbor of a man's police suspect of stashing his mother's body in a freezer in the basement, and he told them his mother went to live at a nursing home about 2 years ago. Thank God he was not my son. Anyway, I have to do this.
Yes, you have to. Yes, you have to.
I have to do that.
So wait, the story goes that he told everyone that the mom was living in a nursing home or something?
Basically, he told everybody that his mom was in a nursing home, but he actually stashed her, I guess, in the freezer.
He cut her up
and
and threw her in a freezer.
All right, how about...
Anyway, they discovered the remains in a freezer Saturday after Philip Scoop shoots at the neighbor and held police at bay for 15 minutes outside his home before surrendering. Am I getting this in order?
I have no idea, but you look lovely doing it.
I'm like, am I getting this in order?
Hey, it's raining in Kentucky.
How about some
never done something
entertainment
like
news?
Yeah, let's
get to the Brad Pitt. Do we have the entertainment music?
Brad and Angelina?
Yeah, let's
go
with
with some
that.
entertainment.
There we go.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Okay. They've been denying it for ages. But sources last night claims that Brad Pitt and Angelina are family an item. Onlookers told how the couple looked close as they relaxed on the beach. And just a few weeks after, his actress wife, Jennifer, filed for divorce.
No shit.
Yeah, right? Have you seen what she looks like? She's beautiful. As the pair play in the sand with Angelina's adopted 4-year-old son, Murdoch, and Troy looks... they almost look about like a family.
Time, sweetheart.
The couple had denied they are going out with each other, but one source claims they were very intimate and relaxing in each other's company. They are absolute something aroused, lost of closer than. I can't do this.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
I'm going to kiss you on the mouth.
So I'm a porn
Do you
star.
want to kiss me?
I don't do this kind of stuff.
Well, you know something? Topless, it has been the best newscast we've had. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, right. I did terrible.
Hard and informed.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, ladies. I'm not good at that stuff. I sucked.
You didn't really
Come on, admit it.
Wait, you were talking? I'm sorry.
You didn't really get to the top story. Is there a top story there? One.
Oh, you guys read them, and I'll just stand here topless and play with my tits. How's that?
Oh,
all right.
Well,
is there a top story?
CNN.
You broke us down.
That'll work.
Well,
what do y'all want to read? Which one do you
Pat
want
O'Brien's
to read?
out of rehab.
Pat O'Brien's out of rehab, yeah.
That's a big story.
Did you hear the sex tapes?
This is all I got.
Did you hear the Pat O'Brien sex tapes there, Sunset?
Huh? No.
Pat O'Brien from Insider. It's an entertainment show like Entertainment Weekly, and one of those. Pat O'Brien's the host, and apparently he went into rehab because he likes to get drunk, take drugs, and call girls on his phone and leave messages about how hot they are and how he wants to fuck them and bring them into his relationship with another girl. And quite entertaining indeed. But we hear he is out of rehab now, and I'm sure completely cured, and will never again touch a drop of booze, do drugs, or call women and leave messages.
You want to hear a taste of the sex tapes?
Who doesn't want to hear a taste?
Well, just because Sunset hasn't heard these yet. And Pat O'Brien is finally out of rehab, but this got him in rehab right here. Hit it.
Sunday, 7:09 p.m.
You're so fucking hot. And I want to eat you. I want you to suck my cock. And fuck you. I don't want my girlfriend to eat you. You're so fucking hot. You are fucking hot. Let's do it. You're so fucking hot.
This guy's in a frenzy, isn't he? Isn't that guy just in a frenzy?
He's a pervert like me.
He is worked up, just needs it.
Yeah.
But you are so fucking hot.
By the way,
if you want, push 1. If you want me to eat your head, push 2.
Push 2. By the way, for the new listeners, we do a whole thing on the Pat O'Brien sex tapes tomorrow. Because we're doing some replays. We'll do a live show tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. on the East Coast. But from 6 to 9, somewhere in there, we do a whole thing on the sex tapes.
Yeah, you'll
so
hear all the sex tapes and everything we had to say about it.
And I think the remixes, too, which were a lot of fun to do.
Good job.
One more story there, Sunset, maybe? Or
I threw him over there somewhere.
that's
Elton John got married?
He's had it.
That's what I want to see on TV. Yeah,
I told you I'll play the tits and you read it.
All right, Adam?
I got nothing. All I got is
in the freezer. That's actually kind of interesting.
All I have are the headlines. I don't have any of the stories.
The mother and all that.
All right, what else could we do?
I have Elton John got married. Is there any truth to that?
He's getting married, I think.
He's getting married.
Something like that, yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. Just run him down there.
George Lopez gets a new kidney from his wife?
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Is that first I'm hearing of?
He needed
a kidney.
He needed a kidney.
His wife was a match.
Which is just amazing right there. You know how hard it is to find a match?
What are the odds of that?
And she's in the same house with you?
God. I have a tough time getting oral.
He gets a kidney.
All right.
Well, we like to thank you, Sunset.
Yeah.
It was a bang-up job.
I'm sorry, I screwed up in your news.
Well, you didn't
screw up a thing.
No.
You insane?
You didn't screw. Are you nuts?
Did fine with your beautiful breast showing. Of course. Yes, Opie?
You guys.
Problem?
Just someone thought they were listening to a fourth grade book report.
I probably sound like it. I was an idiot. I mean.
Is there anything else we could do with you today? Just throw that on the table.
Things you can do.
A spider was found in a woman's ear.
Really? Oh, you didn't promote the club.
Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm. I'm just reading the headlines. So
He's just over just reading.
All right, this Friday and Saturday you're going to be at Madame Orr's.
Yes.
And that's in Binghamton.
Yes.
Upper Court Street in Binghamton. Friday and Saturday night with Sunset Thomas.
Yep.
You'll be dancing.
2 shows a night.
2 shows a night.
You are upstate, huh?
Yeah,
wow.
I'm busy this whole week.
You are upstate New York in it.
Yeah.
A lot of very cool
It'll be fun,
people live in
though,
upstate
man.
New York.
I love it when the fans come out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upstate New York people.
You gotta go where you gotta go. To be around your fans.
I hear you.
God, boobs ruin everything.
Screeching halt.
We're just battling idiots now.
Brings us to a screeching halt. Always has. Sunset, because Opie won't. I would like to thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. I tried to give him a hug.
I heard the argument,
but I was topless, and he's afraid to get in trouble.
Yeah.
You guys. It's a harmless thing.
Us guys.
We got Travis Tritt coming in next.
Oh, you do? Is that the guy that...
Yep. Oh, exactly.
Who is it? Who is it?
Who is it? Come on.
No?
Nope.
She's not falling for it.
I'm going to go do it.
He's a country star. Country singer.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So you did not think that? No?
Yeah.
Who did you think Travis Tritt was?
I knew. I heard. I thought he was a country singer.
Yeah. Okay.
Or is it true? Am I wrong? I mean, I've heard his name.
No, he's a country star. Yeah.
He has a song about quarters.
Look at her put her hands over her.
I'm like,
Puts her arms over her head, and again, everything stops.
It's like a kaleidoscope. It's a whole new perspective. The arms go up. I'm like, oh, my God.
Jesus. All right, well.
No. Keep talking to him. Just keep talking to him.
Didn't you guys have some guy in here earlier that tells, like, jokes and things like that?
Yeah, he left.
Just
keep talking to him.
That was, who was that guy?
Tells jokes. Who was it?
Oh, all right. We want to thank Sunset Thomas, definitely.
Take my shades off. Hang on. He's over here taking pictures.
All right, now you're going to pose a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, strike pose.
Oh,
Yes, why didn't you bring a vibrator in? I can't believe this.
Oh, damn it.
I love it when they have vibrators in. Or why didn't we do it like a drink thing where you lick the drink?
Do we have a vibrator or
stuff off?
something?
Jesus.
We could have her.
We got that Sawzall thing.
Yeah,
No.
the Sawzall.
Oh, I remember the Sawzall.
Yeah, that's
Is that the
ridiculous.
one that goes in and out, or
Yeah.
goes round and round?
No, this one's very,
Oh, this
very
one goes
dangerous.
round and round, too.
Dangerous.
It's really cool.
Very dangerous.
Some guy glued a dildo on a Sawzall blade, put it in, and the blade wound up coming through the side of the dildo, so it's like a saw blade
Well,
inside a...
If you use it too hard, like, and you don't...
Yeah, you got to
I used to have one of
that
those.
trigger.
I know what you're talking about.
Really?
Well, we're going to play another bit tomorrow morning. The Drildo bit's on tomorrow's show.
Drildo also.
In the morning before we do our live show.
What do you got, Steve? Oh, no, that thing. Yeah, look, the head of the
Oh, my
dick.
God.
The saw blade cut off the head of the dick.
Yeah, I don't think she'll
That
be
is
using
so
that.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's about all we have. Sunset is now covering
And
up.
to top it off, the battery's probably dead.
It is.
Yeah,
the battery's dead.
Petered
We
out.
are the most pathetic radio show ever. We don't have anything in the office, Eric?
Eric, we need a nice vibrating dildo at some point.
And it's dirty.
We have nothing? Steve, you have nothing?
That's got
I
like...
don't carry around a stockpile of dildos, but I'll check.
All
Like,
right.
I don't care
Sunset.
about this. Huh?
We have something we used to do on the program a lot
Yeah, I'll
that
just sit
we
here and
haven't
masturbate
done in
myself.
quite a while.
What would that be?
Well, it's something we like to call the wiffle ball bat challenge.
Ah.
Now, this is where we take a wiffle ball bat,
Mm-hmm.
and see how far a girl could put it inside her, and then we mark it off. And at the end of the year, we put a condom over it and everything. No girl has ever put that. And see how far you could actually get that. No?
She's looking at the bat.
No?
She sees a couple of those marks going, yeah, that's going to break. That's going to
We
break
also
my
have
kidney.
something else we do. We have something else we do.
with me.
We have something else we do. For the girls that refuse the wiffle ball bat, we have the Louisville Slugger over the head that we like to break out every so often.
Or you're going to slug me over the head.
Of course not. Wow, denied, Opie.
Steve, she wants
to try to bring it out of retirement.
I mean, that looks kind of scary.
Yeah, that's like
Does it?
notches in the door jam, just watching Scotty
Well,
grow.
see, I have like an inverted cervix. It kind of curves up.
I do too.
Wow.
So am I.
How'd you find out?
It curves up.
If you get something really like hard like that,
Yeah.
doesn't
You
move
need something
or bend,
soft.
Freaking hurts.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's going to hurt.
Well, you know something?
What else?
We'd
What
have
else do
no
we have on the
aversions
menu?
to you putting that in your ass.
I'll sign off on that right now.
You will.
I will.
Adam's good. See, it's fine because Adam's good with it too.
There you go.
So, no problem.
We have nothing.
with the bat in the
She
ass.
wants to do the grand finale.
No,
Yeah.
What kind of grand finale could you do for us, Sunset?
You don't have anything, but I find that so hard to believe.
I just ate my banana. Damn it!
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess...
I can't believe we're going to have to...
We have grandmother
Eric,
lesbian porn.
stock
but you
up on
can't find a
vibrators.
dildo.
See, if I would have known, I would have brought my own. I got one at the hotel room.
What's your favorite type of vibrator? Just your basic.
I like the ones that vibrate and really fast and hard
Yeah.
and right on my head. I love that. You
Yeah.
know, I don't even really like to. Sometimes a girl will take like maybe another dildo or something and fuck herself with that while she's vibrating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I actually like to take the dildo and stick it up my ass, and I like to take my fingers and put it in my pussy. So while I'm with the vibrator on my clit, so while I'm masturbating and I'm going in and out with it, I can actually feel like how the pussy like squeezes down like on the couch.
Of course, that's the only way to do
And
it.
now I understand why the guys. That's how I learned to teach myself to tighten up the pussy muscles as well.
Right.
Because you can feel it because it tightens down. I mean, it starts squeezing on it, and it does this little pulsating to it. And then as you pull in and out, you can feel the. Look at
certainly
him.
can.
You can feel the lips. Move it in and out.
Yeah.
I understand.
Adam's.
I understand why you guys like that.
Adam, you understand that, right?
Shut up!
You know what I'm talking about?
Shut
up! It's cool. I love that feeling.
Of course.
When you're masturbating.
That's the only way to go.
Well, I don't think we have any toys, but
wow,
next
that's
time,
involved.
Sunset, you have to come back, though.
Circumcised or anything?
Everyone's raised their hand,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah, we're in a civilized nation here.
We're a nation of bathers.
Yeah.
I just learned something new about that because I've always been with guys that was circumcised.
Yeah.
And I was just recently with a guy that wasn't. With the skin
really.
that goes actually over. But I mean, he was real clean, you know, and all that.
Like,
how is
it? It's so different, guys.
Anteater in your pants?
Yeah. No, it's
Where did you meet Oddvar Cock?
No,
what did you find different?
It was just, believe it or not, no offense, because I still like the other cock too, but with that extra little skin in there, and as it's pulling in out of your pussy, you feel this extra little skin, and it's this extra little pull that kind of sucks
really
in and out with you. It's totally different feeling I ever felt.
Maybe it's the excitement of having the gun to your head too.
No, seriously, don't knock some people
stereotype on who has. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Some of it's not their fault. It's their parents' fault. They didn't do it.
When you were done, did you wait online for bread?
No, I don't wait online for bread.
Where'd you find?
I just thought it was neat. Anyway,
wasn't in the back of a Toyota Corolla, was it?
No, I don't.
I love driving
cars.
those. No.
I got better class than that.
I hear you. All right, Sunset.
No grand finale. All right.
I tell you, the masturbation story was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. We just want to hear some moaning, I think, or something.
Yeah?
Yeah, but what else can you do? There's got to be some cool stuff you
can do.
Here,
I'll sit on your lap and moan. How's that?
No, because I'll die. I'll really
die.
My head will explode.
You guys
when
want
the gun
me to do
fires
something.
when he gets
y'all
home,
don't
the head will explode.
Yeah.
Well,
bring
Dirk.
What are y'all married or something?
Bring Dirk back in.
Yeah.
Here comes Derek.
Are you serious?
Derek's going to take one for
the
team.
Are you guys all married?
We're all married to each other.
Chains.
That's right.
We had a three-way marriage.
That's why I got a divorce.
Here's Derek.
Derek's back.
Poor Derek. He's got to deal with all
Hello.
this.
Yeah, poor
Derek.
I got to tell you. You're so right.
Is Derek the guinea pig? I'm going to do this. I got my pants on.
Yeah, you might want
those pesky pants.
You might want to just lose the
Damn
pants.
those.
Derek doesn't want to see those pants.
Yeah. They look like they could easily come off. There they go.
Whoops.
Ooh, the little zip.
Work with gravity.
Wow. What's that?
What?
You hairy?
Let me see.
Shave.
Let me see.
Really? We'll be the judge of that.
I'm trying to like.
Oh,
that's
barely.
Oh, that's cute. It's like a little.
Barely have anything.
Like a.
That's nothing. Eric's pushing chairs out of the way and throwing microphones so everyone can see.
Look at that. It's like a little wino beard.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's barely anything. It's a little poof.
Wow. Well, I can't do this by myself now. You got to help me do this.
Oh.
All right, so.
Oh.
Derek goes right in.
Jesus. All right.
Oh, my God. Jesus, Derek.
Wow.
Wow. Derek.
Illegal use of hands.
That shit feels really good.
Wow.
I like how he does nipples, too.
Yeah.
He does that little pinch shit.
Yeah, we saw that earlier.
Yeah, the lobster boy.
The little pinch.
Lobster boy.
The lobster boy.
Wow. She seems to be enjoying herself and him.
She has no Russian in her whatsoever.
No. Please keep rubbing. Do the pinch. That's good. There you go. Wow.
God.
Eric, look in the studio over there. I think they want to.
By the way, Dirk, this is your XM benefits.
Yeah, these are your benefits.
Well, I'm getting a little distracted.
You don't get health insurance, but you get this.
It's hard to come this morning. I'm sorry.
You can do it.
I didn't mean to take my pants off.
Make the fantasy like you're fucking. Make
I'm like
the
one of those
cum.
women with the hairy pussy today.
No, that's barely anything down
we
there.
can't. Yeah. We can't tell from this angle.
Hairy. She's got the Ricky mustache going down there. Eric, pull the mic up. You're miking her pussy.
Sound is coming out of there.
He's miking her.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Yeah, like that.
Jesus, Eric, I don't know what kind of girls you date. My God.
I can't do that. Sorry, guys.
No, you were doing
fine.
Like we care if you come.
I can't again. No, you guys
Honey, it's radio.
come.
Make it up.
Make it up. Oh, I
Sure.
can do that shit without you even running. Yeah.
All that's missing is Eric Clapton playing guitar in the background. Jesus.
I can do that.
All right, very good. Let's hear it for
Very
Sunset.
good.
Well done.
Sorry, guys. That's when my day comes.
She's
nice.
You're promoting a lot of
Real
stuff.
fun.
Just give out your website again so people can go there and see what you're up to.
Sunsetslife.com.
Do you ever wear panties?
I hate panties.
Yeah, you just wear
I like
the...
to let it breathe, you know?
You certainly do. Just wearing the
I
jeans.
hate those underwear. I actually hate bras, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
I like to run around with my nipples all nice
worked
and
well
hard.
for you.
And tease the guys, you know, when you walk around. Have you ever seen that with the girls with
Never.
T-shirts on with their nipples
No,
hard?
I've never
Oh,
noticed.
come on. I'm innocent.
All right, very good. Sunset,
Anyway,
thank you so much
guys.
for coming in.
Thank you for having me. It's good seeing you again.
On the way next, we're going to talk to Travis Tritt.
Yes. It's just a smorgasbord
of things to do on this show. As we go to break from our CD, Demented World, we'll play Hi Mom, I'm in Porno.
Okay.
Or Hi Mom, I'm in Porno.
You can go to AdamFerrara.com if Sunsets is over.
That's true.
Adam,
yeah, I'm at the Stress Factory in May.
In May. Okay.
May 5 through 7.
Very, 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 very funny guy and a good friend of the show, filling in for Jim Norton today.
Wow. Look at her stomach. It's great.
Actually,
It's just great.
God.
Just gawking.
It's like Beavis and Butthead almost.
Yeah.
you guys are so innocent and sweet.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
Yeah.
Like Beavis and Butthead.
This is cool.
She's like Wrangler Jane.
Whoa.
She would like it to come take. Come on, I'd like his voice.
Beavis, I have seen the top of the mountain, and it looks good. She's putting on her Western attire.
All right,
good.
well, she's
Travis
close.
Tritt will like that, I bet.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'll probably bump into Travis on the way out.
That's fine.
Hey, I'm a little country girl. Lived in Texas for so many years.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I love horses. I love to go riding. And not that way, guys.
No. You ever see a video called Horse Gag?
No.
It's a good one.
It's a real
You
good
can
one.
get those weird stuff up
classic.
here in
You
New
ever
York.
see My Little
I've
Pony?
seen
Yeah.
it at the stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, very strange.
See it in our office.
In your office. Next time I'll bring dildos in.
All right,
Yes.
next time. There's
No,
always a
serious.
next time. All right, Sunset Thomas, everyone.
Thank
Listen
you,
to this. We'll be
Sunset.
back.
Who's this?
Michelle?
Hi, Michelle. You want to play Hi Mom?
Yes, I do.
All right. I hear you want to play Hi Mom, I'm in Porno.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, where's your mom live?
Montana.
Well, what are you doing in Boston?
I'm a nanny.
You're a nanny. Cool.
Yes.
Maybe you could tell your mom you lost your job as a nanny and you had to make ends meet, so you jumped into porno.
Okay.
All right. I got your mom's number. I'm giving it a call right now.
Okay.
Nutrition Center.
Hi, can I speak to Jean, please?
Is this Michelle?
Yes, it is. It's important.
Okay, hold on, hon.
Uh-huh.
Now play it up. Say you lost your job. You had no other choice.
Okay.
You were all alone.
Hello?
Mom?
Yes?
I have a problem. I lost my job.
Why?
Because I just wasn't doing it. I couldn't cope with it, you know.
I thought you said it was going great.
It was, but things just fell apart. I'm having really hard times, so I didn't tell you sooner because I was too scared to, but and now I got a different job, but I don't know how to tell you this.
What?
I'm doing porn movies.
No.
Yes.
No.
Mom.
No.
Why? It's too late.
No.
Mom.
No. You hold on.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Holy Jesus, I think she believes you.
I'm shaking.
Michelle?
Yeah?
Where can I reach you?
I have like 3 days to get out of here. So
You don't do that.
What?
Don't do what you told me.
Well, what am I going to do? How am I going to get home?
You don't have money in the bank?
Well, yeah, but I kind of had to use some of it to get this rolling. I had to get an agent.
No, you don't. Where can I call you?
The same number, but Mom?
What?
There's something else I have to tell
What?
you. Happy Mother's Day. I love you. This is just a joke. I'm on the radio.
Oh, my God.
It's a radio program. And
Oh.
I just wanted to let you know that I love you.
Oh, my God.
I'm thinking about you. Mom.
You know, I think those things are so funny when they happen to other people. I mean, I would sit and listen to them all day long because they're so funny, but that, you killed me.
Oh, my God. Wait, Mom, we're really
Okay, I am going to kill you.
I love you.
Wait, Mom, first kill us. It's Opie and Anthony.
You guys.
We put her up to it, and I gotta admit, man, my heart sunk to my damn kneecaps. Oh, my God, I felt so bad for you.
I'm breaking out in a sweat here. I'm thinking, that is too bad.
Happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you.
All right.
All right, bye.
Opie and Anthony Show. XM 202.
Having a lot of fun today. Adam Ferrara, you having fun or what?
Oh, yeah.
Hanging out.
Oh, yeah. What a newscast.
He knows the days to come in.
Sure.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, yeah, the last time I was here, there was
some fun stuff going on.
You have a good record as far as when you come in here.
A
hit
record.
miss, because a lot of the guys come in and they're like, nothing's going on today. Sorry, it just happened.
Let's go to Philly. Say hi to Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing
Hey,
good.
Tomorrow I think you ought to have Ricky French kissing the old broad.
Ricky and Sandy Kane tomorrow. That's right. Ricky has his report on sarcasm tomorrow on our program.
Right. Oh, and then after that, make him do the French kissing with her. That'd be a perfect opportunity for him.
You guys have no idea. The new listeners, Sandy Kane is a freaking car wreck.
Oh, I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah. No, but, I mean, you know, we haven't even talked about Twatto yet or anything.
Oh, God, that's right.
And you know we're going to have to take a peek tomorrow to see if it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it in 2.5 years or so.
Horrid. Twatto. It's a genital wart.
What?
She has a genital wart, Sandy Kane. It's huge. It is... How big is it? How big would you say
We used to say it was like a small ear.
Yeah, it looks like a small ear.
Oh.
It flaps around. It's lumpy like cauliflower, and it's hanging on her snatch.
And she told us it's because she shaved once and cut herself.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then I don't know, got infected or something happened after that.
It's still it didn't go away.
No.
Is it ever going to go away?
No, it's never going to go away.
This thing is a treat.
We call it Twatto because. If you watch Total Recall, you'll see that thing that's growing out of that guy, Quato.
Right.
You know that little thing, open your mind. That baby-like thing is Quato, and since that's a little thing growing out of her twat, what else would you call it?
Stands to reason.
It's Twatto.
Yeah. So that's tomorrow.
Didn't some guy at the other station...
That was Ron and Fez's guy,
Yeah,
right?
Ron and Fez. What was his name? He actually... sucked on it.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Paul O, his name was.
Paul O.
Paul O, and he sucked on it. Not just licked it or kissed it, he sucked on it.
Nursed from it?
Paul O was just a mess.
He was a treat for everybody. All right. We haven't talked about the Hasidic Jew story yet, Anthony.
What happened?
The Hasidic Jews.
Hasidim. Well, there was a fire.
Oh, yeah.
Tragic fire here in New York in the Hasidic community. And a few people got killed. And then I find out what the reason is. A wall behind the stove burst into flames.
Right.
A paneled wall. Now you think, how does that happen? The stove's probably been there a while. They've used the stove. How is the paneling burst into flames and kill this family that's in there? Well, Passover this weekend, and you're not supposed to use mechanical things. You can't use anything mechanical.
I had no idea.
The saws all dildos out.
That is out. Out of the question. Out of the question. Can't use that. You also, if you turn the stove on and you're cooking your Passover dinner or whatever the hell it is, and all of a sudden the clock strikes that magical witching hour that you're not allowed to turn anything, electronic or mechanical or anything, you now cannot shut your stove off.
Till when?
Till the end of Passover, which was like the end of the weekend or something. Not sure all these magical, mystical time period here, but it was enough where the burners from the stove had to be left on, and the wall behind the stove burst into flames because they left the stove on, because they couldn't turn it off. Because in their belief, in their religion, God would be angry and probably send them to hell if you turned a stove off on set days. We as human beings
Hold
are
on a minute, Anthony.
mice.
Hasidic Jews believe in hell?
I don't know. Put it this way. You'd have to believe in something horrible in order to adhere to the rules. There has to be a bad thing.
There has to be a consequence.
I know what it is.
A consequence, thank you.
A good shave.
A good, really?
That's.
They would cut their hair off if God would give them a haircut and a shave?
Get rid of that, the curly fry.
The curly fries down their, their head. We as people are insane with this religion stuff. You want to pray, you want to think that there's the Almighty that kind of made this. That's fine.
Something bad's going to happen, and you got to pay it. It's like the new guy, Field Marshal Benedict. We got that guy?
Field Marshal. Are you talking about his past as a Hitler Youth?
Oh, yeah.
The Hitler Youth.
This guy's really right-wing. There will be no changes. No boys will kiss boys. No women priests.
If all of my popes had your courage, pats him on the face, I could use 100 popes like you. Unbelievable.
Wolfgang, get the car.
We are.
He's gonna have some midget pope next to him, riding in a sidecar.
We have these beliefs that how does any religion get so twisted and perverted that you believe if you shut your stove off, God will be angry with you?
Yeah.
You shut off your stove, you're going to piss off God. So you leave it on and kill yourself and your family. So now the fire department there, New York Fire Department, is trying to tell these people, look, you can't do this. You got to shut your oven off.
They're not going to listen to the fire department.
Of course they're not.
They're going to listen to someone a lot bigger than that.
Of course they're not. But it's just another example of how religion has gotten so twisted. And they've been like this for years. This is nothing new. I mean, these people you see them walking around in New York all the time.
Yeah.
They're just insane. They walk around like it's the 1800s. Like it's the 1800s. They wear the hat like the Amish people wear. They don't shave. They have the huge beards. They got that. And, yeah, for some reason, bathing is, something also that is an option.
And they have to have sex through a sheet.
Yeah, the real hardcore ones, the Orthodox Jews.
I learned that on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Hasidics.
Sex through a sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they have sex
there's
with
no
their
body
wives,
contact.
it's just for, procreation.
Yeah, so they cut a little hole for the genitals.
They hang a sheet between him and the
There's
girl.
A glory hole between...
I think they use like 2 sheets and kind of open it up. I don't think there's an actual glory hole.
It's probably just a hole.
And that's so there's no physical contact, and it's just purely for procreation. Yes, Ben.
You ever talk to Keith about the guys who get busted over in the meatpacking district? They're the most common guys, the Hasidics. They nail them all the time, picking up hookers.
Picking up hookers?
Oh, yeah.
So it's okay to go pick up hookers, but they can't turn off their stove?
They're the ones that are straying, I guess, from the religion a little bit.
And not only that, if you're going over a bridge in Brooklyn on like a Friday, the Williamsburg Bridge, and it's coming down,
luck.
sundown's coming down, get out of the way. They'll crash right into you. They don't care because they have to get home by sundown.
They call it Russia
cars?
Homa.
Yeah.
Russia Homa. You get caught in Jewish traffic.
God, I never thought about that before.
Dude,
It's
take a look at some of the cars.
sunset. Come on, Ira. The sun is setting.
I wonder how many car accidents are caused because these idiots got to get home before the sun goes down.
I saw a minivan on the BQE once. The whole back was smashed in. I'm not even kidding. They had like an electrical cord tied up for the back doors. And the thing. It was all smashed up.
And
That's funny.
They have their own EMS people and their own. There's something in the religion also where you can't have any parts of your body laying around when you're dead. This includes blood, things like that. It all has to be gathered up and.
But you can take your dick out in the meatpacking district.
Yeah, whatever works for you. You have to like when there's a car accident and one of these guys get killed, they send a team it's just their job to blot up the blood, pick up hairs, scalp pieces, anything, and get it all together so they can be buried and complete.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
Adam on the new show here on XM Satellite Radio. I've learned something. He knows a little bit about everything.
Oh, yeah.
It just amazes me every day.
I lived in Brooklyn for a while, believe me. Right off of Ocean. I know how these people operate.
All right, let's go to Paul. Hey, Paul, what's up?
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Check it out. I work for a utility company, and I have to go through the Hasidic neighborhoods. They don't use umbrellas.
No?
As soon as it starts to rain, you see ShopRite bags or the occasional Pathmark bag. There's just different colors bags on top of their hats. It's hilarious.
On top of their hats.
Why don't they use umbrellas?
Who knows? I don't know.
They're not electric.
See, I have no idea. There are some things that are just these religious things, and you know, whatever religion you choose, fine and dandy. But some of them, in this day and age, are a little silly.
They need a book.
A book?
Hasidic Jews for Dummies or something.
Yo, really?
I think
So
they
you
do a
can
lot of
understand everything?
strange, silly
Hasidic
things that
Jews
would
for
I think would
Dummies.
make for some good reading.
Like, what is the payas for? Is that what it's called? The curls, the curly fries?
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
Actually, I think I know that
Sure,
one.
it symbolizes something. Do you know what it means? What it symbolizes?
Of course not.
And the beard, and then not shaving, and
all right, we're gonna
the
get
big,
women have to
long
wear
black
wigs.
coats.
Women have
They
to wear
do?
wigs, yeah.
I see them always wearing that. Remember the flying nun? Remember the habit she wore when she flew?
Yeah.
It was like the wings
With the
And then-
airfoils on
yeah,
the end.
and then the casual ones that she had that was just kind of the sheet
Yeah.
when she wasn't flying. That's what they kind of got to wear. The women, they wear like this sheet thing over their head. Very odd.
Let's go to Sean in Chicago. Sean.
Hey, it's Seth in Chicago.
Oh, okay. What's
Right.
up?
No, but anyway, yeah, what you're saying is kind of true, kind of not. Everything kind of has a reason, but that leaving the stove on is just insane.
Well, that's what caused the fire down here in New York. It just amazes us.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things about Judaism is it's like there's a commandment, and then if there's a logical reason why you shouldn't do it, you don't do it.
Oh?
Like, for instance, you can't drive on the Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
But if you need to get to a hospital, it's okay to drive.
Well, shouldn't it just be black or white? Either you can or you can't.
If it's to save your own life, everything goes in the back.
Well, then maybe they should have shut the stove off.
I agree completely.
All right.
Have
Seth?
a good
No,
day.
Sean, you said? What?
Seth.
Seth?
Yeah.
Seth?
Yes?
Seth.
Yes.
Was it Sean or Seth?
Because I said Seth to begin with. Didn't he say, no, my name is something else?
Seth.
All right. Anthony in Jersey. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, I used to run Asian massage parlors out in Manhattan, and anytime we used to get the Hasidics coming in, and they'd have like, I guess they were the Moyles. They used to have the knives where they used to do the circumcisions and all that. They were the worst customers. I mean, they would we had a set price basically, you know, and they would that wasn't good enough for them. They always wanted more and more for their money. And one time we got busted, so we were, you know, the cops told us to leave the place. So the customer, he was waiting for us outside, and he followed us all the way to the one girl's apartment where we were hanging out, and he was trying to get a discounted rate. You know, it was just ridiculous. I mean, that thing about them, you know, being holier than thou, having sex through sheets, that's a joke.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure, just like any religion, there are people that strictly adhere to it and others that kind of stray from the religion and then make it up on, you know, holy days where you're supposed to atone for your sins. Things like that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'm sure there are hardcore Catholics that, you know, go off and then you go to confession, everything's fine.
I had a hot dog. It was Friday.
There you go. Friday.
And
you
a
eat your
hamburger.
meat.
I've already come to the conclusion I'm going to hell with my hand in my pants.
Yeah.
Because I'm Catholic, so Satan's going to go, what are you doing here? Well, look.
Yeah.
I couldn't let go.
I had to keep my hand down the front of my pants.
But who's the guy that played it perfectly? Because we all blew it years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We all grew up Catholic, and we blew it years ago.
You think there's one guy that
There's one
played
guy
it
that just
perfect?
played it perfectly?
Had the perfect game,
First
300 bowling?
First of all, most of us don't even know all the rules.
No.
So you don't even know you're breaking the rules.
You don't even know if the rules that are written are the right rules.
Right.
Because they're interpreted by people. I want the Word of God. Where's the Word of God? that isn't interpreted by silly drunks. I think it's
from the factory. I don't want the middleman.
Right. No middleman. I want to know. There's too many stupid rules. Meat on Friday. Don't turn your oven off. Stop it. You got to have the curly fries down your head and then the hat.
No electricity.
The hat. The hat.
Anthony, we got the answer to your question.
Yes.
You have it in front
Why
of you.
do male Hasidic Jews have long curls in their hair?
Okay.
Well, the Torah says, "You shall not round off the payas of your head." The word payas refers to sideburns, the hair in front of the ears that extend to the underneath of the cheekbone, which is level with the nose. The Talmud explains that this law only applies to men, not women. So women, don't grow your sideburns. And prohibits the rounding, which means removal of these sideburns. Even though the sideburns are enough to satisfy the Torah requirement of payos, many Jews grow the payos long as a way of emphasizing the commandment.
Super Jew.
So it's like, regular. So it's kind of like, look how Jewish I am.
Yeah.
The longer your payas are, the
My
more...
menorah has 12 candles.
Yeah, you just want to be like, you want to show people, you could have that. You know, if I wanted to, I could be well within the guidelines just by having regular sideburns. Elvis could have been Hasidic with his pork chop sideburns. But look at how Jewish I am. Look at the commitment I have made to this religion.
See that? Didn't you go get a massage? Shut up! Look at my curls.
It's something. Well,
but it doesn't say why. It just says that you shouldn't do it, but it doesn't say why you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't round your head.
I think someone was just in a bad mood that day.
Yeah?
And came up with this crazy thing.
Hair is also a symbol of vanity, a preoccupation of how one looks. The prohibition against cutting off the payas reminds a person to de-emphasize his looks and instead depend on intellect and good character.
So it's basically don't round your head because it'll make you look stupid.
For mythical perspectives, payos separate between the front part of the brain, which is used for abstract thought, that can be used for holiness, and the back part of the brain that governs the body. So it's sort of a separation of the two. There you go.
All right, I just got a word from Ben. Travis Tritt is stuck in traffic,
He's here now.
but now he's here.
Now he's here.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
He's here?
He just walked in.
We've been filling. Should we take a break and then we'll...
How funny would it be if he walks in and he's got payas running right down the side of his head?
All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll talk to Travis Tritt next.
All right.
He's got a whole posse and everything.
Oh, yeah.
This guy must be huge.
Huge.
All right, Derek, get us out of here.
Wednesday, April 27th only, the day after Jim Norton tapes his HBO special, the Opie and Anthony show will be live from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
It's lovely, and I couldn't be happier.
That's right, Opie.
That's this Wednesday, April 27th. The West Coast gets a live morning show, 6 to 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 a.m. to 1 Eastern Time.
We're punching out.
I'm spent. I got nothing left in the tank. That's right. That's right.
Okay, terrific.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
Cancel all appointments.
Welcome to Radio Free America. America's ready. I'm ready. I mean, I want a million voices crying out in the wilderness. Jesus, let's get serious.
Now, take a deep cleansing breath. And begin.
Fix it, fix it.
Guess who's back?
I'm over here now.
Back again.
Nice head, Dick. Bag it.
Guess who's back?
Oh, man.
Back again.
I don't believe it. Stupid. You're so stupid.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend.
Turn it off.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Turn it off.
If I was older, I would totally start jacking off right now. What's all doing?
We're gonna have a problem here. Right on top of me, so everybody just follow me, 'cause we need a little hand in there, 'cause it feels so empty without me. I said this is right on top of me, so everybody just follow me, 'cause we need a little hand in there, 'cause it feels so empty without me.
Okay, cut. All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks.
It's showtime.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Girls Gone Wild, reality TV style. Just miles and miles of those girls gone wild. Freaking hard, using daddy's credit card. Mama hollers, stopping that time. Don't you know the girls gone wild?
I like it, Anthony. I like it a lot. Travis Tritt outside the studio, making his way in.
Yeah.
He's playing the House of Blues here in New York City tonight.
House of Blues.
House of Blues, yes.
Nice. Here he comes. Popping on in. There he is.
Hey, guys.
Travis
Tritt,
Tritt,
how you doing? Good. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man.
Yeah, got stuck in some of the city traffic.
Yeah, well, you know, you're in New York. What can you expect?
That sucks.
Kind of the deal.
It really does.
It's really not much different than Atlanta, though. I'm from Atlanta.
Oh boy,
you know?
we got something coming.
You know,
we almost took a radio job down in Atlanta, and they were trying to convince us that Atlanta's just like New York City.
It really is, brother. In some respects, I mean,
we didn't see it. I got it. They took us to some redneck bars. Anthony and I, we've seen a lot in our years, and we were kind of scared.
Well, I think they call it like the New York of the South. And
That's
believe
exactly
me,
what they were telling
believe
us.
me, you know, years ago when I first got into the music industry, you know, everybody kept telling me, you know, you need to move to Nashville. Which, at that time, Nashville had no sports teams whatsoever. They had no good restaurants. They're still working on that, you know, and they're trying to get that together. But it was just, I said, what in the world am I going to do up here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I stayed at home, stayed in Atlanta, and at least had decent sports and decent restaurants.
At least you had music, though, in Nashville, you know?
Yeah,
like,
well,
if you're going to Nashville, at least you got music.
Which, you know, the surprising thing, Music City, USA, and there's no places to go, or at least there weren't at that time, to go hear live music.
In Nashville?
Really anywhere. It was surprising, really surprising.
You would think, you know, the whole image you have in Nashville is
well,
every corner you're just...
Music City, USA,
yeah,
it's on every sign going into town, and...
we got to tell you, Atlanta has so much crazy stuff going on too.
Oh yeah,
it fascinates Anthony and I. It really does. We were down there interviewing. Just really fast, maybe get your take on this whole Freaknik thing that happens.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Oh yeah,
that's all I have to say is holy crap.
Yeah,
we were stuck in traffic because 3 cars across the whole highway we were on were stopped, and people were dancing on the cars.
Yes.
And we're like, oh, boy.
I'm surprised they were just dancing on the cars.
This is how it's
yeah, we saw some stuff that might have looked like dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
This is how it was told to us. It's spring break for black colleges, and they go to Atlanta. And they'll just, you'll be on a road, a highway, and they'll just stop in the middle because they are feeling the music.
Yep.
And then they jump up on their cars and they're dancing and stuff.
They're dancing around, and some of the dancing, it looked like guys were just having sex with girls.
Well,
right there
that's
on the
basically,
cars. Yeah, that's pretty much.
This must be a few years back, though, because the fact is...
They toned it down?
No, they stopped it.
Wow, did they?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and they couldn't actually come in and you know, just say, we're just going to shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Georgia State Patrol sitting on I-75 watching every single car that came into the state from any outside borders, you know, automatically, you know, if it's loaded up, they're going to pull them over, and probably somebody's going to jail before they ever even get to Atlanta. So they put discourage people from coming in and doing that deal.
You got a tail light out, boy.
You got one of those good old boys.
You in a heap of trouble, boy.
There's nothing better than that nightstick coming out and cracking that taillight.
It was a whole thing going on. The shopkeepers were boarding up their businesses, and they told us flat out, get out. You got like 2 days.
It. Everybody, I mean, you know, you think about the people that live there, you know, I mean, people coming through town and coming through their yards at all hours of the night, you know, and using their shrubbery for restrooms and you know, I mean, waking up in the morning, you know, and there's somebody having sex on your porch, you know. Just not fun. Not fun.
Absolutely not, man.
All right.
Well, it's great to be here, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming. We really don't get that many big stars coming through here. We had Ozzy Osbourne came through, which was cool.
Oh, cool,
Ozzy's
yeah.
quite a character.
He is, man.
Yeah,
And we had
then
Sunset Thomas today, Anthony.
Sunset Thomas. We had porn star Sunset Thomas.
Porn legend.
Man.
Sunset
Earlier.
Thomas.
Last time I saw her, now this is a weird story. Last time I saw her, I was in Las Vegas about a year or so ago, and Carrot Top was doing a show out there.
Of course he was.
Carrot Top's doing a show. So I've known him for quite a few years, and call him up and you got to come out to the show tonight. So we go see the show. Afterwards, we go back in the dressing room, and there's this barrage of what looked like the circus had come to town. Of people coming down the hallway, and I start recognizing some. It's like, that looks like, although I wouldn't know really what he looks like, but that looks like that might be that guy Ron Jeremy right there. And then, the whole crew, Sunset Thomas, the whole bunch, man, they were back there.
Ron Jeremy's, we've had him on the show a lot. He's a lot of fun.
Oh, what a trip, man.
Must have been the porn convention.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I think they were just in town to see Carrot Top, which
really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know what the association is there. I don't know what that's all about.
Maybe they like Carrot Top's buff body. I've never seen a guy that spends more time on his body than Carrot Top. That shouldn't have to.
No doubt.
Like, you're goddamn Carrot Top. Why do you have to be the strongest man in the world? How much arm strength do you need to hold up a toilet seat and make a joke about it? Jesus Christ.
He was sick of people making fun of him.
I guess so. When you're Carrot Top, you gotta be able to
back.
kick some ass, I guess.
No doubt.
That's great.
No
I was looking through your bio a little bit, and first of all, a couple of things in common that I have in common. The divorce thing.
Yeah.
I saw that. But I saw it twice.
Yeah.
And anytime I see this, I got to ask, how did you get suckered into getting married after one divorce?
Well, I got married the first time when I was just a kid. I was 18 years old, right out of high school.
Oof.
I got married more than anything else to get out of the house. And also to prove my father wrong, who said, "This is going to be a mistake, son." And it's like, well, I'll prove you wrong.
Oh,
well,
oops.
guess who was right?
Yeah.
He was. But I got out of that thing about 2 years into it, and then it was sort of a turn around on the rebound. I had just come out of that divorce, and I also had changed the way I made a living. I was working for a heating and air conditioning company up until that point.
That's the second thing we have in common.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Ductwork, man.
No kidding? Really?
Yeah, that's what I did up until 1994.
I'll be darned, man.
Attics, 200-degree attics.
Yeah,
man.
Oh, God, yeah.
Pumping units up there.
There you
ductwork.
go. There you go.
Cutting your hands on clinch collars.
Oh, yeah, I still got scars,
man,
all over
dude.
the place. Yeah.
Dude,
Everywhere.
Yeah. You just come home with your hands like chopped meat. It is just thankless work,
And that's
man.
because you chose not to suck cock.
Well, that's what Sunset Thomas...
So now we got to explain to Travis.
Sunset Thomas is in, and she said at one point she's eating ramen noodles and living and on a mattress in some room somewhere.
Yes.
And...
She was at the crossroads of her life.
Yeah, crossroads of her life, and that's when she decided to go into the porn industry.
And Anthony, before that, said, well, I was doing the same thing.
I was eating ramen noodles and living in my car, but I didn't have the option of, sucking cock. Thank you, Opie put it so eloquently. I had to go and then decide I was going to have to work for a living. And got into
sucking cock. Started sounding like a good idea when you were in some of these attics.
Jesus Christ. When you have your dreams and stuff, because everybody does, and I'm sure you had your dreams of becoming a star with music.
Yeah.
I had mine, too. I was in bands through my whole life, and working your ass off humping tin up in these attics.
That's a fact.
And you just have this, that there's got to be something else out there, that you look at your coworkers, a lot of them are cool guys, but you look and go, this guy is just cut out for this job.
Absolutely. He will never go any farther than this right here.
Right. This is his life. But and I don't want to sound like I have this overinflated self-image of my, but there was always something that said I am not meant to do this.
Oh yeah.
Until I get older, there's like a dream, and you want to do something else. Mine, I did always want to do radio or do something in music.
Yeah.
And how did you get the break where you were able to get out of doing that?
After that first marriage ended, I decided, what, if I go out and try this thing now, and if I fall flat on my face, nobody is going to suffer but me. You know, I'm the only one. So I figured, why not? You know, as they say in Vegas, no balls, no blue chips. You know, so it's like, go for it, give it all you got. And I quit my regular job, went and took a gig playing in a club, just doing a solo acoustic thing. And I think the booking was for like a month. And after that, I didn't know where the next paycheck was going to come from, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, you got to do that. You got to go out and give it a shot and try.
If all else fails, you're back in the attic.
There you go.
That's one thing they always said. Get yourself a trade, just in case. You know, I understand. My mother was always saying that. I appreciate your dream and what you want to do, but get yourself a trade. It's like, thanks for the vote of confidence, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Something to fall back on.
Yeah,
that's it. You ever heard that?
You can do anything you want. Don't sell your tools. You can do anything.
Yeah, I still keep WD-40 in my snips.
But I went in, and they used to have Marlboro cigarettes used to have a talent contest years ago where they would go around from in all the major cities where they had this big concert tour, and they had all these different people in the country music world. I think at the time they had like the Judds and Randy Travis and Ronnie Millsap and different ones that would headline this concert, and they would do a talent competition in each city. And if you won that talent competition, you got to open for that band or that concert. And you had to send in a professional tape. I had no money. I had no connections to anybody with a professional, recording studio. But I did have a friend of mine who was an electrician. And he was wiring up a home studio for a guy. And he said, listen, he called me one day and said, I think I can probably get you some free studio time as a favor to me. You know,
and it's something how things work out.
I go in and I record this thing. I just did like 3 songs that I had written, and as it turned out, the guy who was having the studio done at his house was a vice president for Warner Brothers Records at the time, and he'd been working Madonna and Prince Records and Rod Stewart and the Doobie Brothers and ZZ Top and you name it, and he's got all these gold and platinum records hanging on the wall. And I walked in. And he came in about the second song in as I was recording, and when I got done in the control room, I walked back in the control room, and he said, where have you been all my life? And
and you said, uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. One of those guys. He might be in the porn industry. No, it was one of those situations where, he said, I really think you could maybe do something and go somewhere, and we ended up recording a little album in that studio over the course of the next year, and he took it out to L.A. and played it for the executives at Warner Brothers, and the rest was sort of history.
Isn't it amazing how stuff like that works out?
Yeah, man, it's just one of those. It's truly a lucky break.
Right place, right time.
Right place, right time.
Did you take care of that guy?
Yeah.
Right?
He made a lot of money.
I can imagine.
He made a lot of money.
Who, the electrician?
No.
The guy that hooked you up.
The guy that hooked me up. Yeah, I took care of him
you had
too.
To take care of him somehow.
Yeah, I took care of him too. Yeah.
He's
Good
putting
guy.
flex on clinch collars in Cincinnati right now. Goddamn Travis Tritt.
He's got my old job.
Bought me this stinking X-Lax watch. She's supposed to take care of me.
Here's your come on the radio, son of a... God damn, that's something. We got a call earlier from somebody that said you don't do the Quarters song live.
Oh yeah, no, I do.
You do.
I had to threaten not to do it. And we actually have an announcement now every night before the show. Actually, Larry the Cable Guy recorded it for me, and he came out on the road and did several shows with us a few years back. But it's one of those things. I was on stage when I first started doing Here's a Quarter, Call Someone Who Cares. Somebody got the bright idea that the thing to do would be to pitch quarters up on the stage.
What is this, Rocky Horror, you freaks?
It was the electrician.
Yeah, it was the electrician trying to beam you.
The weird thing is that apparently this is something that's kind of gone on. I was talking to some of the guys from Leonard Skinner, Gary Rosling's a good friend of mine. And he told me that years ago when Skinner had a song called Give Me Back My Bullets, which was basically talking about give me back my bullets on the radio, on the chart. If you're moving up the chart, that's number 5 with a bullet. Well, that's what the song was talking about. But they basically, they came in and people thought It was talking about live ammunition, which they brought to concerts and then threw up onto the stage.
What madman.
Can you believe that? And somewhere that same mentality transferred over into this song. And when it first started out, it was actually kind of cool because we were playing little small clubs and stuff. You know, it wasn't anything really huge. If you threw from the back of the room, that's probably about 50 feet. So, you know that's not a big deal.
Right.
But, you know, you start playing big arenas and stuff, you try to get a quarter from third row balcony to the stage. You've got to hurl that son of a gun, you know? So I was on stage one night in Bristol, Tennessee, and playing a big arena up there, and somebody threw one. I don't know where it came from, but I got hit just above the left eyebrow, and I thought I'd been shot. I mean, it just literally, it was like one of those things, I could picture my head going back, it looked like JFK in the Zapruder film, you know? And I immediately, you know, I thought, what in the hell was that? And I looked down at the front of my guitar, and there's just blood just, you know, gushing down the front of my guitar.
Wow.
And so I turned around, I ran back to the drum riser, and I grabbed a towel, and I put it up on my head. I thought, well, okay, I'm going to be all right. This is going to stop any second.
Consummate professional. Must go on.
I'm thinking I'll walk back up there and start singing. Well, you know, you can't stop the blood, and I walked back up to the microphone, and now I'm starting to get dizzy. It ended up stopping the show, and for a while I thought, how are we going to deal with this? You know, and this is one of the biggest hits of my career at that point, and you know, at the very beginning. How am I
going out in a suit of armor playing the song? So wearing riot gear, Kevlar.
Put up the chicken wire like in the Blues Brothers movie.
There you go. Right. That's it, man. But we started. My manager at the time told me, he said, you know, let's try making an announcement, basically just letting people know that, you know.
Oh, that never works.
Because it's such a huge song. It's not one of your songs that you could just, we just won't play it anymore.
Yeah.
Like a B-side or something.
Exactly.
You know? It's one of those that people are going to want to hear.
Yeah. So, you know, we basically just put the word out that, okay, look, if that does happen again, obviously it stops a show. And, you know, really you people are the ones screwing yourselves because, you know, I've already gotten paid, so it doesn't make any difference, you know. But it actually did work, surprisingly enough.
We do a lot of stuff in front of our fans, and when we have to make these silly announcements,
different fans,
and the manager of the club or the place we're at is always begging us, no, you have to tell them this, and as soon as we tell them, it just gets worse.
If we told our audience, people, please keep breathing, they'd all hold their breath till they drop dead.
They really
That
would.
is the type of audience we have.
That's the difference in audiences.
Just dedicated to the old F you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they don't care.
I was surprised actually that it did work, but I was glad that it did because we've been able to do the song ever since. You know?
Yeah, but country's a way different audience. It's people from 8 years old to 80 years old that are in these country shows.
But they all have quarters.
When's the last time you saw an 80-year-old woman heave a quarter from the third balcony?
Did you guys collect a lot of money, though?
Wrap it up in our pants.
In the early days?
That was the cool thing.
You got the beer money, right?
The band and the crew would go out, you know, and take the money, rake the money up off the stage every night, and buy either, you know, beer for the bus, or they'd buy like video games for the bus, or, you know, whatever. You know, Sunset Thomas videos, you know, whatever it may be, that kind of thing.
Did you ever go through a point where you were still working for a living, but you heard yourself maybe on the radio, or had you cut?
You know, I had pretty much gotten completely out of it at that point, but it was. I still remember the first time I ever heard myself on the radio. Man, it was just, and to this day, it's still something that, quite frankly, I can tell you everywhere I was, exactly where I was when I heard any of my singles on the radio the first time.
Really?
Because there's still something new about that. You know, it's just the greatest feeling in the world to be able to know that was something. I mean, when I was a kid growing up, you know, listening to the radio, and that was a dream.
That was making it.
Yeah,
you know,
I never ever thought I would ever be amongst those people. You know, I never thought I would ever even get a chance to meet half of these people, and much less get played on the radio. So for me, it's kind of like I feel like I won the lottery every day. You know, I'm a lucky guy, and it's it all goes back to that first time, man. I remember, you know, the band and we were going up to do a showcase in Nashville. We'd all packed into like 2 rental vans that we had, panel trucks that we had rented. And we were driving back from Nashville, and we just about had lost the radio station there, just about completely faded out. But they came on and said, and coming up next, that new single from new country artist Travis Tritt. And we pulled the vans over on the side of the road, on the side of the interstate, and sat there and waited for them to play the song. And it was just like, this is as good as it gets.
That's
you know,
it. You're on the road.
Yeah.
You're playing music. It's
That's
on the
it.
radio.
That's
And-
it.
Yeah. Were you humping your own gear at the time?
Oh,
too?
yeah, man,
Yeah.
doing everything. You know, it's funny because when we hire people now, you know, and regardless of whatever job it is in my organization, I tell them, I say, you know, there's not a single thing that you guys, that I'm going to hire you guys to do or expect you to do that I haven't done physically at some point.
Rig your
or
own
another.
lighting and
Oh,
everything.
yeah,
Yep.
man. Run your own soundboard, rig your own lighting, schlep your equipment in and out of the place,
It gives
you know.
you a greater appreciation for what the other guys are doing nowadays.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man.
You don't treat them
Absolutely.
like shit when,
That's
when
a
you've done
fact.
it yourself.
Ant's got a similar story about hearing himself on the radio the first time.
Yeah,
because you guys do have a lot in common. I'm noticing.
I would
here.
do. I always loved radio. Did a lot of song parodies with my band that I had years ago, and they'd be played on the radio. And I used to go on Opie's show. He was on BAB out on Long Island, and the morning guy.
Yeah, we started working together, but I couldn't get him, aboard yet. So he was like,
so I was still up in the attics,
doing the
knocking
attics.
tin and stuff.
Right.
So for some reason, the morning show guy would take Opie's show, like funny parts of Opie's show, and play them on his show.
Really?
It's like give him some time. You know, notorious radio guys. They're all a bunch of pricks. Just whatever they could get, that'll burn another 5 minutes.
And he would never say where it
Never
came
give
from.
credit for it or anything.
Oh.
So this was like one of my song parodies, and I hear it pick up in the morning. I'm under something, just probably tarring this fixture that's going through a rooftop, and it's just I'm in hell, and I hear myself on the radio, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. No recognition, no name that it was me, nothing.
Oh,
he just comes
man.
on, all right, we'll be back after this. Goes to commercial.
Oh, my God.
I'm sitting there cut up, covered with tar, just sitting there going,
with a tear in his eye.
I'm like, why isn't this as cool as I imagined it would have been? Thank God things from that point on got a little better.
Oh, thank goodness. A little different than Travis's
But,
story.
you get a kick in the ass every so often. I think it just gives you a better character.
Well, I think that's how I think we become better people, better performers.
People that are handed the whole thing on a silver platter, or they're a created personality.
Yeah.
They're bound for failure. It's going to be very short-lived, and they're not going to be able to handle it well.
That's
they're not
exactly
going to
right.
work with their people well. You can't be treating the people like crap. You can't, be a prima donna all the time. Sometimes these sons of bitches have to...
Gotta keep them in line.
Not about the evidence. I get carried away like a Mr. Humble here. But, it just makes it better. It makes it easier to work with people.
Yeah, I think there's so many people.
When you've worked for a living.
in this industry, especially. There's so many people that the only thing they know is they want to go to Nashville or wherever. They want to go to Los Angeles. They want to go to New York, and they want to be a star.
Right.
And that's just pretty much as far as the dream goes. And it's not really well thought out, and it's not. They don't know anything beyond that. And I think that's where a lot of people, you get, especially in our industry, you get a lot of people that come in. And you have people at record labels or whatever in all their infinite wisdom that try to basically say, you need to do this, you need to dress like this, you need to sing like this, you only need to do these type of songs, blah, 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 blah. And so many of these people sort of go along with that because they don't really know any better.
Well, it must be rough, though, early on in your career when you really are close to that making it point. And you're like, I might not want to screw this up by telling this guy no, Did you have to deal with...
I did. When I first started out, I had the long hair, my hair was down. I looked like Greg Allman, it was a long hair thing. And all the rest of the guys, I came out in 1989 with Garth Brooks, Clint Black, Alan Jackson, Vince Gill, all these guys, clean-cut guys wearing the pressed jeans, look like, come out of a, cowboy catalog, and me, I looked like, something out of a biker bar. I had long hair, wore black leather, completely different than any of those guys. And I had a lot of grief from a lot of record executives and stuff that said, we need to do this, we need to cut your hair, we need to blah, 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 blah. And I resisted it for a long time, but at the same time, you know, you're young, you're new, and you don't want to rock the boat too much. You're kind of glad you finally got an in.
Right.
You don't want to screw it up. So I sort of went along with it. I went in and got a haircut, did that whole program.
Think you're going to be back in that attic going, what did I do?
Oh, my God, man.
What did I do?
I was so ashamed of myself because I compromised, you know, at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And after the first album hit and we had, you know, we had success and you know, we had like platinum albums happening and that sort of thing, then you can come back in and say, okay, now I'm going to start calling some shots.
Yeah, here's the way it's going to go.
You know, and that's sort of been where I've come from. And
I'd make him cut his hair.
I would have, but he was bald.
Did you ever meet any of these legends that were probably heroes of yours?
Oh,
that,
God, man. You know, I've been so lucky. I've had a chance not only to meet them, but I've had a chance to work with them.
Well, now you're one of their peers, so and you probably think, you know, these guys are the legends. But but now you're looked at as one of their peers. That must freak you out.
It's really, you know, I pinch myself, man, because the fact is that, you know, growing up, you know, guys like Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Hank Williams Jr., Merle Haggard, George Jones, Ray Charles, huge fans of all these guys. And I've had a chance to work with, meet, record with, do movies with all of these guys.
Yeah.
And it was just... you know, it's like a dream come true. The last one was Ray Charles. I for years, I wanted to work with Ray because more than anybody else, I thought he really affected the way that I sing. What comes out of my mouth when I sing was more influenced by Ray Charles than by anybody. And I always wanted to work with him and came like this close, you know, numerous times. And for whatever reason, at the last second, our schedules would screw things up, and it just never happened. We finally, about almost 3 years ago now, got an opportunity to work together to do a special together for country music television. And I went out to his studio in Los Angeles, and the two of us just really hit it off. We came back in, we did this 1 hour concert, worked together. And then the really cool thing was after it was all over with, you know, I was just I was really happy that everything had happened the way that it did. And I'm getting ready to leave, and one of his tour managers came up to me and said, "Listen, Ray wants to see you back in the dressing room." And I go back in the dressing room, and he says, "Listen," he said, "I'm going to give you all my phone numbers." He said, "I want you to call me." And I said, "Well, that's very nice. I appreciate it." And he said, No, you don't understand." He said, "I'm not the kind of guy that says, call me, and then says, you know, I hope he doesn't. You know, I want you to really call me." And so we did. We became really good friends. We stayed in touch. We called each other, you know, and talked to each other at least a couple times a month. He would fly out to shows from time to time and see me play, and you know, it's just a great thing. I mean, you know, I said I could die tomorrow a happy guy. You know, I got to work with everybody I ever wanted to.
What'd you think of the movie?
Man, I thought it was fabulous. The first time I saw it, as a matter of fact, we were doing a concert for a foundation that Ray had started to raise money for Morehouse College down in Atlanta. And Bill Cosby hosted this thing in L.A., and I got to be a part of that. And we were one of the first to see the film. And I said right off the bat, I said, if Jamie Foxx doesn't win an Oscar for this, something's wrong. And, of course, he did. I was really thrilled. He got the whole essence of Ray down, everything.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
At the expense of his sanity from the acceptance speeches I've seen him make. Jamie Foxx, great job, but you're insane. Talks to his grandmother at night. I don't know the half of it.
They yelled, "Cut! Step out of character! Step out of the character!"
Kind of a crazy person.
Hey, the phones are jammed. We should get a few people on the line with Travis Tritt here before we get out of here. Bubba, make it fast. You're on with Travis Tritt.
I just wanted to ask how it was playing with B.B. King and all them in the Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh, that was really cool. You know what? I got to do that thing. We went up to Canada a few years ago and shot that film, and getting to be on stage with, you know, people like Eric Clapton and you know, just all the greats that were in that film, man. It was like a who's who of.
Can you imagine playing with Eric Clapton?
Yeah.
You're on stage going, "Oh God, don't look at me, don't look at me."
I was standing over in the guitar section of this big band for the Blues Brothers 2000 movie, and which I thought the best part of that movie was the music. The script I think was a little lacking, but the guitar section, I'm standing between Jimmy Vaughn and Eric Clapton. And, we've got Billy Preston behind us playing keyboards, and B.B. King's over here, and Bo Diddley, and, God, just a...
and Yoko Ono.
Oh, God, no, please. Yoko didn't... Thank God Yoko didn't ruin that moment.
Thank God.
We started the show with this whole thing with Yoko, so just bring it all back around.
What movie is that from?
Rock and Roll Circus. You ever see that with the
Rolling Stones?
No, I missed that one.
And for some reason, Clapton's playing, the Stones, they're all on stage together. The drummer
John
from
Lennon,
from Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Jean-Luc, help us here.
Fiddle guy,
yeah.
Jean-Luc
Ponty, the violinist.
He's playing, and it's just a moment in history.
Yeah, a nice jam.
A nice jam going, and Yoko pops up to the mic and just starts caterwauling into this thing, and
no.
It's ruining the moment in life.
Oh no!
Yeah. So thank God, ruin your moment.
Thank God.
Yes.
It's frightening. It's like a woman taking off her clothes and, oh my God, it's a penis. It's just.
If you missed it, the replay is going to start soon. You can hear what we were talking about. But first, let's go to Art in Florida. Art.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, Travis.
Hey, Art. What's happening, brother?
No, I want to hear about the outlaw days. Like you said, after you grew your hair back, weren't you and Alan Jackson fixing to have a fight?
No, man. Where'd you get that?
I don't know. Something back when I was younger, I remember I thought you and Alan Jackson were going at it back then or something.
No.
Your outlaw days.
No, never. Alan and I never had any problems whatsoever.
No big east of the Mississippi, west of the Mississippi battle.
No,
you
might.
Oh, okay.
You might.
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
You might be thinking about the Billy Ray Cyrus controversy. That's what you're thinking about. After Billy Ray Cyrus came out with that big, huge record, which was, being played everywhere ad nauseum.
Achy, breaky heart.
Achy, breaky heart. And I came out and basically said at the time that I didn't care for the song, and boy,
someone had to say it.
Someone had to say it.
I was working in rock radio and they made us play it.
Really?
Wow. Thinking this was going to be the
crossover,
the big
crossover things. It was awful.
It was just one of those things where it struck me right off the bat as being exactly what it was, which was kind of a novelty record, and God forbid somebody come out and say that at the time, but I did, and I said it unfortunately right at the time when it was, at its hottest point. So, the press took that and ran with it, and but I've always been the kind of person that I say what I think, and let the chips fall where they fall.
That's it.
Travis, we only have a minute left in the show.
Yeah.
We're on like this master computer, so in less than a minute they're just going to cut the show off. It's really strange. So we want to get some plugs in here. The new CD's My Honky Tonk History, right?
Yes.
And you're playing the House of Blues tonight, right here in New York City.
Actually playing B.B. King's tonight.
I'm sorry, why did I say House of Blues? B.B. King's. I'm sorry.
B.B. King's, that's it.
B.B. King's Blues Club here in New York tonight. And tomorrow you're going to be on Showbiz tonight on CNN?
That's correct. Doing that tomorrow. And doing actually the jammies after this thing is over tonight. We're going to be jamming with some people having a good time.
Fancy yourself a poker player, I hear?
Oh, man. I enjoy it. I don't know that I'm that good at it, but I have a ball playing.
I've been playing online a lot. Getting
have
in
you?
Trouble. Yeah. I love it. I want to play in some of the tournaments. It's nice when
you
you're
a
celebrity.
You got to do it.
Playing some of those. But,
I want to thank Adam Ferrara for stopping on by,
Adam,
too.
thank you so much.
They're giving us the cut sign. So AdamFerrara.com. Travis Tritt, thank you so much.
My pleasure, guys.
That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
And we'll see you tomorrow after Jimmy's show tonight.
Party is over.